Welcome back to the DAUQS cast. This is the third episode. Actually the second official episode, but third total. I'm here with Kenzie.
Hello.
Deontay. What's good? Mel.
Hello.
Dylan.
Hi.
Colin.
Hola.
And Sean.
Howdy.
Unfortunately, David can't be here,
And you're Luke.
which is unfortunate. Oh, I'm Luke. I forgot about that. I forgot my name.
way.
David isn't here because he's at his brother's house, which means we have 7 of us. We've yet to have actually all 8 of us, which is quite unfortunate because that's what we've been waiting for. But today we have a sponsor.
Ooh.
So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we also just passed 21,000 page views.
Yeah.
Woo!
Everything's going pretty well. So today's podcast is sponsored by Blueberry.
Oh.
And we have a code. You can use code DAUQS for 1 month free. You can produce your own podcast. You can write your own blog post. You can publish it yourself. You have unlimited downloads.
Heck yeah.
No contracts either. Free tech support also if you have any issues. There's no third-party sites to log on to. You never have to leave your own website. You remain in control the whole time. And it's powered by WordPress plus plus Blueberry hosting, and that's success. It's basically what we used, pretty much, and that's how we are where we are now.
It is super
Thanks,
easy to
Blueberry.
use.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking good
incredibly
actually.
good. I
I
like
appreciate that.
Yeah, and
It's
so
simple.
as Luke said, we use the code DAUQS DAUQS for 1 month free.
Squad backwards.
Yeah, it's
Squad
backwards.
backwards.
Good job, Dylan. You deserve a cookie.
All right, and before we we do anything else, we have an Instagram, an Apple Podcast, a Spotify, a YouTube, and a Twitter. If you want to follow us there, it's at DAUQScast, squad backwards, then cast.
All right.
Woo!
Get on
hey,
to.
hey, that was pretty clean.
Oh shit!
It was.
Clean.
All right, get the flashes
That
with
was his
me.
first time too, folks. He
First take.
Like
Yeah.
third episode in total. We already have a sponsor. Like, love it.
All right,
This is
so
great.
do we have shit to talk about, or do we want to go through our ideas page?
I don't care. What do you?
Oh, I would like to bring up something interesting that I actually found out earlier today. I'm
is
not
it?
sure how true it is or how true, like the whole numbers about it, but apparently, around the U.S., over 200 subways are taking out ham from their menus because Muslims are complaining about it and
Yeah, I
saying
think it's
that
ham.
they're
Yeah.
offended, blah, blah, blah.
I think Subway should complain about the Muslims.
That's
Because,
not,
they don't eat anything from the pig, and so they're like, hey, not cool. So Subway's, actually taking it out, which is kind of stupid.
yeah, that doesn't really make
Bring
sense.
your own ham.
Wait,
Thumbs up.
how's Sean gonna
Bring
get
your
a
own
ham and cheese sandwich? That's not fair.
I brought my own ham
How
in
many
New York.
subways are in the United States? I don't think 200
Hold on,
subways.
I
Are
will-
that
Let me
big.
look it
Yeah,
up.
but still, it's kind of
I'm gonna
stupid
be-
how they have to take out
Hold
an
on, I got
ingredient
this,
just
I got
because
this.
some
I
people are
found
like, oh, we don't like that. Then don't fucking order it.
That's true.
That's
Yeah,
like
that-
that's
that-
like us
that is-
saying like, oh yeah, let's take out the cheddar cheese because it's white and I'm black.
There are
I agree, we should.
42,431
Sean,
Subway
Sean,
stores.
Sean, it was a joke.
Oh, it was a joke.
Wait, how many
Oh,
stores,
okay.
Colin?
42,000.
42,431.
Well, there is
It's a lot more than Islamic that. race.
there is only 200 of them, so that doesn't make a difference. But still, I think that's pretty.
It
stupid.
could be the
I
one
mean,
that's like right down the street.
No, it's actually not in Bristol, but it's not so much like, oh, only 200 of the 42,000. It's just the fact that they have to do that, or that they are doing that, just because some people in their culture don't
Oh
eat
yeah,
that.
I was.
If you don't eat it, then don't fucking order
Or you
it.
just
Like,
go back to
that's-
Saudi
There was this thing
Arabia.
I was watching in Film is Lit. It's sort of the same thing. I was in Film is Lit. All right, I was in school and I was watching a Columbine documentary, and there was a part where he took 2. I think it was 2. Or he took multiple. I don't remember. He took Columbine survivors to a Kmart
Yeah.
where they were selling guns and bullets.
Oh, God.
And they basically said, I think he went in by himself. I think his name was like something like Michael Moore. And he walked in and said something like, the Columbine shooting, blah, 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 you're still selling bullets. And they're like, well, yeah. And then he takes the Columbine victims in, and he's like, these are victims of Columbine. Are you going to stop selling bullets and guns? And then I think they said no or some shit, and then he got the police involved. It's like, it's a Kmart, dude. Who cares?
Like, oh, I'm
I
gonna
haven't
go
even
to. I'm
seen a
gonna go.
Kmart in like 10 fucking
No,
years.
no, no, no,
man.
Buy my
I've
mom.
never
I'm
seen
going
a
to Kmart.
Kmart.
I'm gonna buy a fucking gun.
I've never
That-
seen a Kmart
I
in
would
my life.
expect
Dude,
that in
Kmarts are
Texas.
dying at the
Like,
like.
That's where I'm from.
It's just dying
Actually, do
sensitive.
that. How many Kmarts are there in the United States?
Got
Because
it.
I swear nobody goes to
Google search.
Kmart
I'm pretty
anymore.
sure I've seen a Kmart in my lifetime because one time I was in Massachusetts and I'm just in the car, right? Then I see like a big, like it says literally Big K. So I'm like, oh,
That's not a
Kmart.
Kmart. That's Big K.
But there's also 2 other
There's
K's
different-
after that.
Really?
Well, what?
Sorry, what?
Wait, what?
There's 2 other K's after that K.
Okay, Mr. Spence.
Wait, so it'd be the
You call Mr. Spence a white supremacist?
No,
Whoa,
he had
whoa.
Ku Klux Klan on the board.
Oh, did he?
No context whatsoever. Just
Oh.
Just the KKK.
Oh, I like Mr. Spence.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
I had him for
Yeah.
sophomore year.
like
He's
him.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I've never met him. I like him more.
You might like him if you have him
He's
for
part of a clan. What's cooler than a
Okay,
clan?
can I point something out just real quick?
Yeah, go
Real
ahead.
Kmart, I can't
we-
find it.
Mel.
Can we all just look at Mel? Look at Mel.
No, I know what she's doing. I'm trying to ignore it. Yeah.
What is she doing?
She's
on-
watching fucking porn.
Mel.
You could say pornographic.
can-
material.
Can you
You
not
don't have
go
to add the
10
fucking
minutes
into it.
without going and watching some hentai?
watch some hentai.
That's what Ramos says.
I get that hentai's art, but
No,
still.
take her
It
phone
is
away.
not
Take her
art.
phone away.
Beyonce
No,
watches
no,
it for the
no.
plot.
I have to check in with my mom like every
Oh my
30
God.
minutes.
All right.
I
Anyways.
thought you just did that.
No, I
Alright,
didn't.
Hentai is
hentai.
your mom.
Besides that, though, I wanted to actually talk about gun control because
Oh.
political views are very
Okay, so
interesting.
basically, can I say
Spicy
something
talk.
And-
first?
And Colin's from Texas.
Yeah, can I say something? Yeah, so
Yeehaw.
I'm from Texas, and this is what I think of gun control. Okay,
Howdy.
I think that you shouldn't ban guns.
Yep.
But you should not sell it to people with a mental background history.
Yep.
That'd
You
be
should-
insensitive.
What?
Like, we should not go around taking guns from everyone because that's not how it works. Like in the Prohibition, like a long ass time ago, with alcohol, they took away the alcohol, and guess what? It got worse.
Moonshine.
Economy
They-
went to
They made
shit.
moonshine.
Right.
Everything went to shit. Alcohol got stronger. And by the way, most of the stuff that happens like in the U.S. with like tragic shit,
Legalize
They're all-
marijuana.
they were all illegal. They were all from illegal weapons. So like,
Yeah. No,
even
'cause
if you banned guns from
Yeah,
being
they're
sold
gonna get 'em
legally,
from, like, Mexico
they're
or something.
still gonna happen. They're probably gonna be worse.
Yeah, no,
people are
because
gonna be
because
like,
an argument I made in a class of mine was that they were talking about gun control, and I'm like, if you take away guns from everybody and nobody has guns, what if somebody gets guns legally?
I know, yeah.
Then,
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
then, so then what do
Then
you
we're
do?
all
How
fucked.
the fuck you
Yeah.
gonna
Basi-
protect
all
yourself?
most of the
Common
crimes
sense.
in the U.S. like literally,
You
like, I think
you
it's, like,
take karate
95
classes. Duh.
I think it's like 95% of all like crimes committed in the U.S. with guns, they are illegal weapons. So taking away rights from like a civil person that hasn't done anything wrong to buy a gun for protectional purposes or stand your ground or castle house law, I don't know what it's called, but taking away from them and then someone coming in with an illegal weapon, what are you gonna do then?
Oh, no, I will say this much though. I'll just play devil's advocate real quick. It is surprising because I saw a bunch of statistics about gun violence in other countries. I believe the something like in other countries it's basically between like 30 to 60 gun kills every year. Yeah, 30 to 60, and then in the U.S. it's over 11,000,
That's impressive.
which is a fucking massive difference.
This is I know that's tragic. I'm not saying that
What I mean-
shootings are tragic.
No, I know. I'm just saying it's
They are-
how
they are
how is there
horrific
such
events.
a how is there such a difference though between every country? And you can't really say culture because if you think about it,
Because it's the U.S. basically. It's
well,
not-
yeah,
it's
but
not
what
because, like,
what about the U.S.?
it's just that like it's just I don't know exactly why it's like that. I just know that
Well, see but that's what I'm saying. Like if you look at other cultures, like every country around the world, they probably has angsty teens. People that are depressed. Yeah, mental illness was a big
Not,
thing.
not
Oh, yeah,
happy.
yeah.
Like, do you think mental illness would go with
I mean,
kind of the gun violence thing? Because I understand if you have a mental illness like depression, and then all of a sudden you break out. Like the Columbine thing.
yeah.
The two kids had massive depression. They planned it for a year, and then they tried to carry it out. By the way, they fucked up real bad. They made a bunch of pipe bombs and car bombs, and they never went off. So the maximum kill total they were going for was 2,000, and they only made it to 13.
Yeah,
Underachievers.
I think that's the total that a lot of people try to go for, but then when they actually carry it out, they don't know what they're doing.
No, but these kids planned it for a year.
I know,
and they
but,
had
like-
car bombs. They had a decoy bomb. So the
but
police
thing is
would
that
go
the
to
guns
car
were
forward.
obtained illegally.
Yes.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Though. I'm just saying in general. They fucked up Columbine.
Yeah,
real
but
bad.
like you don't really see massive school shootings like numbers in like the 50s or 100s. Like you usually like
I don't
like
think
10,
I don't
10,
think
15.
I think there's very few school shootings that are obtained legally. Like a kid went to the gun store, bought a gun, they went to shoot up school.
Yeah, a lot of the
Like,
times they
that's
also might
not
get it from
how
their parents.
that's not
Yeah.
how it
Yeah.
happens. They obtain it
13-1.
from their parents
Yeah.
illegally. It's also the parents' fault. The parents should lock up their weapons. If they have a weapon in the house, you have to have it locked up.
Yeah, that's what I was
Like-
saying. There was
like-
this one dude who this like 12-year-old went down to his school playground and shot up the playground. And when they asked where he got the gun, they were like, the father was like, "Yeah, that's my gun." And he's like, "Where'd you have it?" He's like, "Under my bed in a
Yeah,
shoebox."
yeah, so that's stupid.
What the
So
fuck?
it's like when I was when my brother and I lived in Texas, when we had guns in the house, we had a big safe. It was thumbprint protected. Only my dad and my mom had access to that. So there was no chance of my brother or I ever getting to it.
Shit.
I'm
Unless
not
they
rich.
ever gave
no,
it to you.
no.
That's what you should have. If you have a gun, you have to have like a safe for it because guns are not super cheap either.
What if you live alone?
Kenzie, are
If
you
you live
playing
alone,
fucking Cup
and
Pong
still,
right
I
now?
might
let's
be
say
playing
someone
Cup
breaks in your
Pong.
house. Let's say someone breaks in your
Whooping
house,
ass.
and let's say they obtain your gun.
Unless you have a
No,
laser
if
laser
someone
system
breaks into
security
your house
system.
and if someone breaks into your house and your locker's not opening, how are you supposed to get your gun out? Like, oh shit, the thumbprint's not working.
Well, no,
My
that-
finger's
that's
wet.
Why, that's why.
Oh, no.
That's why you buy a
Hold
reliable.
on, I need to dry my finger off.
You
My
buy,
fingerprints
buy
are
a
fine.
reliable thing. It doesn't always have to be fingerprint. It could be like a key
Like
Yeah.
a
or
number
something
password
else.
or
But like
shit.
what
So
we
you see, like-
had, we
Wait,
had
wait,
a
wait.
thumbprint.
Here's my idea. Can't you keep your guns in, like Lego boxes and give them to the orphanage?
Yeah, definitely.
Why?
We do not
Holy
support
shit,
that.
man. Well, what's it called?
Giving to
See, my point of view has always been like, I think guns are fine, but I think certain calibers of guns shouldn't be allowed. Like you should. I don't know.
No, no,
45 Magnum.
no.
Guns
Base-
are fine
no,
as
let me
long as
say
they're in the
something.
right people's
Let me
hands.
say
Shotgun
something.
lights someone on fire.
Most
You
of
don't
like
need
when
your
people
shotgun lights
when
someone
people
on fire.
say assault weapon, they assume a big.
No, I know
like,
what they
rifle.
assume. Yeah, we
But
don't. No,
the
we
thing
were
is that
not
the
actually able to
most
sell
of the
fully
shootings,
automatics.
most of the shootings are carried out with handguns or pistols because they are easier to be held.
The Las Vegas shooter, everybody said that he was using a fully automatic weapon, which is completely incorrect because I don't think a single seller
No,
in the
no,
United States
no, it's
sells-
illegal. You cannot buy
I
or
was
sell
getting to-
illegal
I was
weapons.
getting to that.
fully
Yeah,
automatic.
I know. You can only sell semi-automatics, but there's something that you can buy that makes it fully automatic. But
Which
I
is
don't.
an illegal
I,
attachment.
That's what I'm saying. So clearly, wherever that guy got it from was illegal. So if you just say, oh, well, let's just get rid of guns, it's not gonna work because people still have ways to obtain guns anyways. Plus, how are you gonna regulate that?
It's like
I don't-
jewels
yeah,
at
yeah,
school.
You don't.
I mean,
How-
I
how-
mean,
so
let's
everybody
support-
already has guns now,
Yeah,
and you
so
say, "Oh,
it's-
let's get rid of guns."
so-
How the fuck are you gonna go? What are you gonna go house to house? Hey, can I
Yeah,
have all your guns?
that's
Can I,
not gonna go well.
No.
Like people are gonna. That's why people have guns to protect themselves
Wrong
against the
idea.
government.
Yeah.
going
Plus,
against
what
them.
happens if we get invaded by another country? What happens if there's a terrorist
Oh, yeah,
attack?
no,
What happens? I
we'll
don't
be
fuck care. If there's a
screwed.
zombie
Cyanide
outbreak,
gas.
Oh,
how are you gonna
oh, wait.
protect yourself?
Use a katana.
Do you know?
Yeah,
wait,
because I just have a katana.
You
I
know
am
how many
so
times guns have
anime.
saved people in their house? Let's say,
Yeah.
like there's a
How about that?
statistic-
Search a percentage of how many times a gun has saved somebody's life versus the times that it's been used to just
Yeah.
kill in cold blood.
Hold
What
on.
the fuck is that actual percentage?
Yes, it
I
is.
would
Well, they
imagine-
take percentages on the stupidest shit, Sean.
That's true.
Times that guns save lives.
I saw something where they took a percentage of how many couples admit to Netflix cheating, aka agreeing to watch a show with their partner and then watching it without them.
That's
So
actually
if they
right.
if they
Cheating.
take
What a
percentages,
fucking
Cheating.
whore.
yeah,
He's a
Netflix
cheater.
cheating.
Kill him.
So
Honey,
if
I'm
they
sorry.
Breaking up.
and it was actually fairly high. It was like 46%.
Can't do this
That
anymore.
is-
You watch
that-
So,
season of Walking Dead
to answer-
without me.
What bearing does that have on the actual
To answer
relationship?
your question, Sean, yes, people take percentages of very wacky things.
Just because it's fun, man. These people have jobs to be a statistician, and they're just bored out of their minds. So they
You
just,
see,
they, so
whenever
they just
it's
come up
like,
with
oh,
random
like,
shit.
A study of 10,000 or 1,000 high school girls or some shit like that. Like, how does that even happen?
They-
Because
yeah.
I've never
I don't
taken
know.
anything like that.
Big giant casting
Like,
couch.
where do they who do they go to for the information if they don't go to like?
I would imagine they might just like
That's
wherever the
weird.
study's being taken. Like, say the study's taken in California, they probably go to a few different schools in
Locations or
California.
something? Yeah, because I know that
They
we've
take,
never
like,
taken
50.
anything like that.
Yeah, because we are literally the smallest state in the U.S. and
Yeah,
I
but
would
we have
imagine-
one of the largest populations.
We
You know,
do.
there's also a
It's weird shit.
statistic
and
that-
also people come to tourist here, which makes no
I
fucking
know,
sense.
no,
I don't know, there's
Because
nothing
the ocean,
about
it's
it.
it's the ocean.
Newport-
It's the ocean.
Newport is a large tourist town because there are a lot of mansions there, and it's this
In
the
the water?
riverside. And
Oh.
yes,
They're
there
actually
is water.
filming a movie down there.
I
They,
know,
they,
they are.
they,
Newport's
were
really
filming
pretty.
a movie in downtown Warren. They were
Yeah,
filming
yeah,
that.
yeah.
that
We
car
discussed this on the
movie.
first podcast.
Car movie.
Yeah, it was a car movie.
Cars?
Oh, Cars.
No,
Cars
no,
four?
it's
No.
actually it's a
Why
horror
would they
movie.
film a
it's
movie
like
in
It's
Warren?
like a vampire.
It's a
Or
horror-
no, it's a Nosferatu, but it's a car that kidnaps people,
What the fuck?
and the
No,
license plate is
Nosferatu.
nose for R.
in Warren.
Nose for Ratu.
Kinda would
That
say it, you
fucking
kidnapping
SpongeBob
car
episode.
movie.
So are we all? So can we safe to say we're all pretty much like pro gun, but we all just think that there should obviously
Yeah.
be
Basically.
restrictions.
They
and
should, yeah,
guns.
they should definitely not be banned. It's
No,
just
yeah,
as long
don't-
as the
don't
right people
ban
have
guns.
control of them.
Also, can I say
then that's
something
fine.
for that walkout that happened on last year?
Oh, I remember that.
Like they
I
said,
didn't go.
walk out if you support banning guns or something like that. I did not get up.
I didn't go.
Dylan knows. It was Spanish class. We're Miss Costa. I sat down. I felt so bad for all of these students that
I did not feel
died
bad.
in that shooting. But what what the cause was for walking out, I did not support.
So you know what's weird about that? I didn't actually know that's what the walkout was for. I
Yeah.
thought the walkout was just because we wanted to
Pay respect.
pay
Yeah,
respect
no,
to them.
for
No,
sure.
If
no.
I, if
thought
I knew the
that's what it
second
was,
part,
too.
I probably still would have walked out. But at
Oh,
the
no.
same time, it's like
You would have had a
No,
different view
I
on it.
didn't.
you
I
can't-
did not
yeah.
get up. I
if
did
you
not
think
get
about
up.
it, that's
I
kind of
didn't go.
fucked up in a way. If you
'Cause
think about it, it's
also,
like they're trying
there
to.
was a speech that they read.
The teacher
Hold on, I
shamed
have the speech that they read. I took a picture of it. It's absolutely insane. They were like saying like
Insane.
how like we should. They had these stupid points on like how like these assault weapons are used for all these crimes and all this stuff, and it didn't make sense because like the statistics they had were false. They were saying that like all of them come from like legally obtained guns, which is not true whatsoever.
I mean that's just ignorant people making up bullshit statistics.
They're
like,
trying.
to
They're
keep people on
trying.
their
Because
side,
they think they're trying to like.
You ever watch Fox News?
Oh yeah. Oh,
watch
speaking
any
of which,
fake
yeah.
news, my favorite. Ever watch?
I
Feminist?
literally can't watch any news TV shows or whatever anymore. It's just you can't trust half the shit they say. And plus, on the news, you ever notice how they like force feed you only negative shit?
I know, right? Yeah.
You ever
No, they
go on the
never
news
really-
and,
Yeah.
and see like a happy fucking story?
Nope.
5 babies gunned down at Walmart.
It was kind of funny. You ever watch?
Oh
you
my
ever,
gosh.
You ever watch the Anchorman, the first one?
I think I did, but I
It was
kind
kind of funny. They made a parody. The news place that he worked at used to always report on just normal ass shit. And for when he actually became head anchor, one of the first stories he did was a car chase, and a bunch of people watched it, and then they all realized like, holy shit, when it's something dangerous and interesting and scary, people tend to watch more. So it's kind of funny how in a stupid movie they poke fun at something real because media nowadays they wanna they say that the government and that the United States is controlled by fear, which if you think about it is quite true. Think about how many things people are scared of these days. For instance, the whole I don't want ham in my Subway sandwich.
Oh my
Get rid of
gosh.
it.
offensive, insensitive to my culture. I'm
So
suing.
everything is
Bullshit.
everything is fearful now. Everybody is scared of shit. Everybody's super sensitive, and I think the reason for it is mostly media, the government, and just being controlled in general
Like,
by
You can get like
stupid
you
shit.
get like basically crucified for saying anything now. Like you can say like, oh, I don't like.
Like that picture.
I don't
remember
like-
the-
I don't
I
like
think
your
James,
shirt.
Remember James Charles on Snapchat where he's like
Hi,
somebody
sisters.
somebody sent me this emoji. It was the,
Oh my
it was
yes.
the rainbow
He's
flag with
crying.
the cross.
bawling his eyes
It's
out.
not that big of a deal. It's like you can chill, my dude.
Honestly,
no,
That was racist.
I think that feminism is very offensive to masculinity. I think that the men deserve a
A little bit of a shout out.
No.
yeah, they do. Shout out
Please
to
don't.
Luke.
you.
No,
I don't know.
I lo-
It's a difference between equal rights and equal responsibilities. And I feel as though
Also,
many
wasn't-
feminists want
I f-
only one of those.
I
See,
feel-
you know,
no,
isn't
they
that
want
weird?
everything. Fuck
You ever
men.
realize
Kill 'em all.
sometimes.
Kill 'em all.
I think this is something I was talking about with
Hook 'em up
somebody
to
about a
machines.
girl at our school. How she's pretty leftist, you know, and
Stop.
she's like
Wait, what? Left? Wait, what?
What does that mean?
What is that?
leftist.
Left-
Leftist?
It's
Like,
towards
dang.
the left of like
Yeah.
Oh, politics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's
okay.
like-
I never heard of that
Yeah.
term. I was like, what the
Oh,
fuck?
okay.
So it's
Alright,
left
I
and
get it.
right.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
and that she's like, you know how on the left side of politics they're basically like don't objectify women, give women's rights. You know,
Yeah.
don't use them as objects, don't see them as objects.
And
But
the right
yet-
side's
but-
like, shut the fuck
But
up.
yet this person wears clothes that are, you know, leave nothing to the imagination, are quite revealing. So it's like, aren't you contradicting yourself? I mean, I understand that, you know, if you have a nice body, you're going to show it off.
Yeah,
Completely
exactly.
understandable. But then if
Mhm.
you're going to make the argument that don't look at me as an object. Oh my God! It's not like my ass cheeks are hanging out the bottom of my shorts. Oh,
I know,
Oh, no,
right?
See, that's
but
very
they are.
Stop
to
looking at me,
yeah, to play off what he just
I don't
said. It's kind of pisses me off when a lot of girls are like, oh, women's rights, don't look at us, don't objectify us, blah blah blah. But then, I mean, you like if you put yourself out there, what do you expect? Honestly, I know it's the whole like, oh, we can wear whatever we want, like they need to control themselves, but at the end of the day, they're not going to. So I'm not saying cover yourself up for the simple fact. I'm just saying don't be surprised when it happens.
And have you noticed
Do what
that,
you
like,
want, but
like feminists say they want equality for both sides,
You're
right?
mansplaining.
But I have not seen one little instinct where they would help out like men on one side. They only
Except
focus
for
Yeah.
gay men.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Also,
what's up with the
oh,
male tears jug? Like, dude.
Oh,
if-
yeah.
come on. Like.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Also,
I
let me
learned
say something.
stupid.
Let me say something.
Hold on.
So
we're
with
done.
feminists, if you tell them, like, if they want all these like perks, and if they say they don't have equal pay, which is so stupid, they do have equal pay.
Been
But the thing
proven
is that
so
if
many
they
times.
want to get the higher paying jobs, do the hard work. Go coal mining.
Don't get
Yeah.
pregnant.
Do the construction working.
Don't get pregnant.
Like, do you ever see any feminists go out and just like go do construction working
but
and
one
coal
thing I
working
have
and all
seen-
doing the hard
But
work?
one thing I have seen was a lot of women are complaining about like, oh, why can't I, you know, be in the army? Why can't I be like a Navy SEAL? Why can't I do this and that? You can.
you
can.
can.
But a lot of people, and this is going to be true if we have we say we have another world war, completely hypothetical. World War
Yep.
III comes around, Trump fucks up, Putin bombs us, whatever. North Korea nukes us. Who cares?
You're getting butt fucked from both ends.
Yep, pretty much.
Hell, give me a zombie invasion or something.
Think about what happens if we have another draft.
Oh,
Women
fuck.
want equal rights. Men go into a draft. Only men went into
Let's
the draft.
the
Yeah,
woman.
do you think
Yeah,
women,
let's
do you
talk-
think
if
women are
women-
going to
if
be like,
women want
"We-"
equal rights and women have to get drafted. If that happens, do you think some she-male transgender fucking binary whatever is gonna be like hell yeah, I want to go shoot some Viet Congs and Nam? No,
no.
it's not gonna happen.
They're gonna be like, oh, why am I getting drafted? This is such bullshit.
This is
I
unfair.
deserve
I'm not
this."
cut
I
out
need
for
a
this.
jacket.
It's so
Oh, wait,
stupid.
and girls are put like
They're like,
less
oh no,
hard
I'm
to
having a
ask.
baby. I can't get drafted. Well, with men, you could be working the best job, but no, you're still gonna get fucking drafted.
Exactly. I could be making fucking I don't care 8 figures a year.
We could
I'm
be
still
doing the
going to war.
podcast and like we could be doing the podcast and Sergeant fucking George comes through the fucking window, is like, hey motherfucker,
Everyone get the
you're
fuck
gonna
out.
get drafted.
To roll back what you said about male tears, I learned something about that. Basically, if you go on the Urban Dictionary and then like this is the general thing. If you go on Urban Dictionary, the literal definition for male tears is
Urban
is
Dictionary.
cum.
Is what?
It's cum.
What?
Wait.
Urban
wait.
Dictionary.
wait.
Urban
Wait,
Dictionary.
wait.
If you go on the Urban Dictionary right now, call look it up right now.
Well,
Go-
first of all, you're trusting Urban Dictionary.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
Urban.
no,
No,
no, no,
Deontay,
no.
That was your
Urban
first
Dictionary-
mistake.
Urban
Wikipedia
Dictionary is
Dictionary.
just like it's like a fuck fest.
But still,
If you look up any word in Urban Dictionary,
It's something
fucking-
completely
yeah,
different.
What do we trust more, Urban
Look up
Dictionary or
Sean in the
Wikipedia?
Urban
If you look
Dictionary.
at
Oh, Urban
Wikipedia.
Dictionary, definitely
It's
Urban
like a woman
Dictionary.
wearing a strap on fucking a man.
Actually, wait, you're right.
Broad naked.
Is that what you see when? Is that what you
And if you look up high
imagine when you see the word high C?
Yeah, that's what I see. A naked woman with a strap on fucking a man in the ass.
Yep, that's
what
what
I-
that's what high C
that-
means.
That is what high C means.
That's what Deontay's drinking right now.
damn right.
You have to drink a woman fucking a man with a
Hey,
strap on.
Colin, where are you reaching?
Oh, a
Alright.
hairy man.
In my butt.
Everyone quiet.
Ooh.
That was hot.
It's just one every episode. All right, so
Oh yeah, can we talk about how Deshaun's just fucking dyslexic?
Sean, what does this say?
Are you comfortable?
what does this say,
It
Sean?
says squad.
Fuck.
Squad backwards.
No,
Squad
no, for me,
backwards.
for me.
Promo
Oh, he's
code.
actually right. He's looking at it backwards, so technically it would say squad.
Oh.
But it's just upside down.
All right, so I want to talk about something Mel experienced.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Silly
So
time.
so after
Should we actually mention this or not?
Yes.
Yeah, who gives a
It
fuck?
can-
So
it
can-
after,
It's okay.
as long as
It's
Mel's
illegal
okay.
most
Mel, wait, hold
places.
on, Mel, are you okay with this?
permission
Do we have your
from
consent?
You know, Sean, you always have my consent.
Okay, so cool.
Alright.
All right,
Alright.
so,
Just
all
because she
right,
gets
all right,
consent
all
one
right,
time
okay.
doesn't mean she
Calm
always
down.
gives it.
All right,
Finish that
Johnny,
sentence. I dare you. I fucking
Alright.
dare you.
Okay, so basically after the podcast last time, Dylan had something called a dab pen, which
Hitting
is-
a
which
dab
is-
while taking a
Highly
dab.
concentrated
which
weed.
is pure THC. Dylan, being somebody with high tolerance, isn't affected too much by it unless he takes
Yes.
multiple hits. But Mel, who weighs Mel, how much do you weigh?
106.
106 pounds.
So she's 106 pounds, and she's how tall are you?
5'5".
And she's 5'5".
She gets absolutely fucking hammered. I mean, like it was
No,
some other
she,
shit. I've
she
never
was
seen
like
anything like
laughing
this
and
before.
screaming for
All
like
right, so
a
hold
good
on.
2-3 hours.
Let's get it. Wait, let's get it from Deontay's perspective, because
Okay.
Deontay.
Wait, and let's
Okay.
hear it from Deontay
Deontay
and
had
then
to hold her
Dylan.
Yeah,
down.
so for 2 years, for 2 hours, Deontay had to hold Mel down because she was flailing and screaming. So I just want to hear what he has to say.
She was the literal and physical representation of being bipolar. There's nothing
saw.
less than that. At one point, before it started to happen, like 10 minutes after she took the 2 hits, she's like, "What? Wait, what's going on?" Then she literally collapsed.
Then she starts
She-
like
she
crying
fell
and then
down. She's
screaming
like,
and then
"Mel,
laughing.
You good? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Like she just starts making unintelligible noise. Then I say like, okay, we need to get you on the couch. I sit down with her. Then she starts flailing around. I'm like, oh shit, no.
Yeah, no,
Then,
then
like,
she
no,
goes to a point of like
Bitch is going
crying and then
crazy.
laughing and
No,
then
they-
screaming and then crying again.
She starts laughing.
We had to
And then she's
distract her
like,
like a child.
she's talking about her mom real quick. And like, why? And then she
Yeah.
just starts crying.
And dude, I remember at the beginning she was complaining that her throat was hurting. So she would go from screaming as loud as she possibly can to then crying, to then laughing, to then threatening to kill me, to then threatening to kill Deontay, to then threatening to kill herself.
Then she said she loved me. Then she said she loved me like 5
Yeah,
times.
and then she
No,
kept trying to punch Deontay. She bit him once. I was like, dude, what the fuck's going on?
And then it got so bad that Luke and David left.
I had to go because like it was already like an hour and a half into her high, and there was no sign of it slowing down. And I had such a headache at that point. and she tried to
violent,
she tried to
dude.
grab me like twice.
I let go of her arm for 1 second.
Literally
to
a
text her,
second.
to text her mom that she's there. Then I see her. I turn back. She's like grabbing Luke's neck. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, dude, what the fuck's wrong with you? So that was my cue to like, all right, I'm gonna quit the game
I'm
I'm
out.
playing and just go home. I was already dead tired. Anyways, we had to do 2 takes of the podcast. We've been recording for like 2 fucking hours. I was hanging out with David. David left. Dylan was in there playing with Sean, and Mel was fucked up, and Deontay was holding her down. Kenzie was already gone, so I figured I'm just gonna fucking leave.
Dylan was
Yeah.
fucked up too.
So
No,
Dylan-
but
Dylan.
Dylan was acceptable. He didn't fucking
No,
scream every 2
yeah,
seconds.
that's because Dylan has a tolerance.
Yes,
Mel,
yes.
oh yeah,
No,
for-
Dylan,
yeah,
Dylan just gets quiet
because
when
Mel
he's high.
took 2 hits,
And he
only
just
2
laughs.
hits,
For 10, no.
but for 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Everything
each
is
hit.
funny. So Dylan, from your perspective, are you satisfied of what happened?
Absolutely. Best thing I've seen in my life.
It was amazing.
It's fun seeing Dylan high though, because when Dylan's high, he puts his hood up. He's got this weird smile.
He's in
And-
his own
and
little
he just
zone.
laughs. Everything you say, he goes. he gets this high pitched like SpongeBob laugh.
He's just in his own little world, having a good time.
Yeah, right.
And then Melody's fucking violent, flailing her
I was
arms.
flailing like. I remember the funniest thing I heard was she was like,
Fortnite.
she was like, Colin, do you have a gun? And he's like, why? She's like, you're from Texas, you have a gun, right? And he's like, why? She's like, 'cause I'm gonna blow my fucking brains out. I
Oh my god.
was like, what the fuck, Mel?
And then she kept asking what time it was. I didn't understand
Now
why.
I
at
hate-
first.
Because
now
time
I
goes
have my
by
guns.
really
I have
slow.
my guns now.
Every 5 minutes
Time
she
goes-
asked, what time is it?
Time goes by really, really slow.
Well, I wouldn't know.
Like-
I'm a good Christian boy.
Yeah, but
20
she
minutes
asked-
will feel like 2 hours. It's
yeah,
crazy.
and the worst part was she was like, what time is it? And you were like, 3:53. And then she asked 3 minutes later, she was like, what time is it? Like, 3:56. She's like, did I ask you the time already? And you're like, yeah. And she's
Many
like,
times,
she was like,
yes.
when? 20 minutes ago? No, 3 minutes ago. All right.
Man.
What about you, Mel? How was that experience? Yeah, 'cause we didn't
Yeah,
even
do you
ask Mel.
remember?
What do you
Oh,
remember?
God.
Yeah,
What
do you
Oh
remember?
my god.
Hot
Okay.
pocket? How was your hot pocket?
Okay, what I remember is I took the hit and I started coughing
Yes.
really bad. It hurt so
Okay.
bad.
Yep.
And then I was drinking Sean's Mountain Dew, and he was like put it on the cat tower. I'm like, I don't know where to put it. So he's like, put it on the cat tower. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put it on the cat tower. Then I put it on the cat tower. And then all of a sudden, my entire environment went yellow, and then
Yellow. That's
yeah,
interesting.
JJ?
and then I tried to find my way. I tried to find Dylan,
You're
and I was
coughing
like,
too.
yeah, I was like, where's Dylan? And then I was like, wait, this isn't real. I'm in a dream right
Dude,
now.
that's exactly what oh my god, I was legit tripping the exact same way.
Yeah, I was like, this isn't
Because
real.
I could not, my personal experience, I could not tell if I was sleeping or awake, and I shot up. I went to Kirby. I'm like, Kirby, what the fuck?
Chris-
I'm like, did
Chris-
I just
Chris-
fall
Chris-
asleep?
Chris
I
Kirby,
was
mind
like
you.
touching everything. I
Oh,
was like,
God.
I can't. I need to feel everything. Like I was so scared that I was dreaming
I
because I,
feel
couldn't
like,
remember
shout out to Chris
anything that
Kirby.
was
I
happening.
feel like Dylan's jealous because he's never had a high where everything turns yellow.
No, I don't
No,
think I
I was
want
like-
to.
I was
I'm good with what I
Hey,
have.
you don't want to experience
I'm
with
good.
what Mel just
No,
had?
I was legit
on.
traumatized.
on.
Like,
Last point. So during the high when she like in the middle of it,
Yeah.
she had to go to the bathroom. I'm like, okay, I go to the
You
bathroom.
had to
and,
be
like,
a helper.
Can you
Oh my
come
God,
with
I
me? I'm like,
remember that.
okay. So I'm dragging her to the literally dragging
Dragging
her
her.
to the bathroom. And then she's like, "Where's the toilet?" It's right there. Mel, just no, stop eating the toilet paper. Stop. She literally is
Ew.
eating the fucking toilet paper.
Are your munchies that bad?
No, she wasn't eating. No, this was before she was hungry.
Jeez.
Like when she came back 10 minutes later, I was like, I'm hungry. Can I get some food? It's like I had to help
yeah.
her sit
I remember
down.
exactly
No,
what I
she-
asked for.
Dude,
I remember
she was-
exactly what I asked for.
She was in the middle of screaming her head off. Then Dylan and Sean calmly go up to her. Hey, you want some Subway? She snaps out of it and just goes, oh, yeah. Yeah,
We had
Subway
to
sounds
distract her
really
like a
good."
child.
I remember I asked for a like
Asking
I asked for a
questions.
I asked for a 6-inch sub, Italian bread, ham, cheese,
Honey mustard.
lettuce, honey mustard, banana peppers, and pickles.
You did not ask for
Pickles
the
are fucking
lettuce.
nasty.
Really?
No, you didn't.
I fucking
And
love
you asked for
pickles.
the cheese melted. You do not remember.
Oh
you liar.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
You liar.
lying bitch.
You sack of shit.
I was trying to like get the sandwich that I always order.
Yeah,
all
because
the
while you were
time.
high, you ate what? A Subway sandwich,
a hot pocket, Philly
what else?
cheesesteak
And a
with
Philly cheesesteak.
Deontay.
And then she.
Ew.
That was my Philly cheesesteak.
No. At that point, you were fine. At that point, you were off.
Yeah, she just had munchies.
Can we have a little debate?
Yeah.
Pickles. Absolutely
No,
fucking not.
I hate pickles.
I hate
Disgusting.
pickles.
Pickles are
Fuck
amazing.
No, I can
Fuck
eat,
you.
listen,
Fuck
I can
pickles.
eat pickles.
Hence
I
the
love
name
pickles.
dill pickle.
Everyone shut the
Dude,
fuck up.
pickle.
I can eat pickles by themselves. Like I can just eat a pickle. Like out of
Oh
my
my
mouth.
god, yes.
But if I was to have a pickle, like I can't have a pickle in a sandwich. It completely ruins the sandwich because the only thing that you taste
Tastes
is the
a pickle.
Yeah, it just
I can't,
overpowers
no,
the taste.
it's
of
disgusting.
I
Like,
like
the
the
pickles are
non-sodium
too
version
just
of
I
too
don't like
strong
the
for me.
pickles from
I didn't know
McDonald's.
that.
Those
I
things
like
are
the cucumber.
fucking gross.
Fuck you.
Well,
like
they're
those
probably
all
not.
pickles
They're
from
not
every
real,
si-
Deontay.
Those are all
I mean,
pickles from
Deontay, Dylan.
What's
Wow.
your favorite flavor of
Wow.
pickle?
Okay.
Mine's cucumber.
What's your favorite flavor
Okay,
of
Sean.
condom?
Okay, Sean.
Oh, mine's
Grape.
strawberry.
Banana.
Strawberry
Dick.
banana.
Deontay should say. Deontay figure say grape.
Shit, I like shit condoms.
That's fucking
They taste
gross.
so good.
Throw up.
So,
Shit dick flavored.
Yeah, they
anybody
should-
actually like pickles at this table?
No.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love.
I love
love
Anybody
pickles.
that's sane.
What?
All right then.
I-
Dylan.
hey.
What'd you say?
Colin likes pickles. Colin's the
love
only sane
pickles.
person that likes. You like pickles?
I love
You
pickles.
fucking whore.
She eats
Oh,
them
what'd
out
you
the
say?
jar.
Mel's my
She
favorite.
She
in the
literally
group.
eats the pickles out the jar.
God, I can't.
I used to drink the
If,
pickle
you're,
juice.
if you eat a pickle out
Bro,
of a jar, you're
pickles
This
are
is
the
why
Shane
Mel's my
Dawson of YouTube.
favorite.
Shut
Oh no.
the fuck up, Sean.
Shane Dawson.
We're
What'd
not
he
doing
say?
this.
Shane-
We're not
Shane
doing this.
Dawson.
Pickles are the Shane Dawson of YouTube.
Shay
No.
Dawson is fucking
Pickles are the
gay.
James Charles of YouTube.
They're both. They're both
No.
shit. They're both
So you're
ass
saying
shit.
that
No,
James
pickles
Charles
are the
is
fucking
gay?
Logan Paul of
Yes.
YouTube.
No, Logan Paul is. I'd rather
Dylan.
watch Logan Paul. is
Colin
wrong.
Logan
Getting
Paul.
my dick sucked by a monkey.
What? JJ
Then watch
sleeping?
One video of Shane Dawson.
Oh,
What?
dude.
All right.
Yes, good
So,
content.
He's
Changed my mind.
sleeping.
Where's PJ?
so we have a few things we
Logan
can
had that
talk about
Suicide
here.
Force video.
So,
Funny.
so we have a few things we can talk about. Do you guys want to do either childhood memories?
I say we make fun of Deontay.
Okay, let's make fun
Yeah.
of Deontay. Deontay, your
Deontay,
your
oh.
fat
You're looking
ass
like a
lips.
fish.
Oh.
Your
Deontay,
hairline
I
is
love-
disgusting.
I love
Oh,
you,
look at
Deontay.
yours.
I don't have a
You have a
hairline.
fucking widow's peak.
I'm-
It's so
no.
does Kenzie.
I have a widow's
No,
peak.
no.
What the
No, I
fuck
don't.
the
Mine
widow's
was
peak?
shaved
You had
off.
one.
Mine shaved
You
off.
had
I
one.
went to the
What-
barber.
You had
what-
one.
what's
Not
wrong
yours.
with the- what's wrong with the
Not
widow's
anymore.
peak?
Widow's peak's supreme.
She doesn't have widow's peak anymore. She has fucking bangs.
No. If she
Still?
takes it, if she
Yeah,
ta-
yeah, but that's only if she lifts them up, so you can't see them, so it doesn't really matter.
Still, she when she does
Don't
lift
you
them
be
up and
talking
shit.
shit about my widow's peak.
Oh, don't you be talking shit about
I'll
my
have
fucking
you
lips.
know, I'll
My
have
lips are fucking magnificent.
I love you.
Your
Widow's
hairline
peaks-
is as straight as your sexualness.
You're a creation of God.
Sexual.
Widow's peaks are unique, okay? Everyone's
Mel
got that
loves my
straight
lips.
fucking hairline.
They're luscious. I
I
like
don't
to
have a
suck on
hairline.
them.
This is a cat.
All right.
It's a bald
Alright.
cap.
But for
Ah,
real.
ah.
All right, so what do you guys actually want to talk about though? We have like
kinks.
we have
Oh, I hate when you
Oh
say
my
that.
god, yes.
No.
Sorry,
Mel,
I have
Mel,
like
what are your-
no.
Okay,
I
I
don't-
have a couple of them.
Mel, stop.
Of course you do.
Later.
Yeah, and
Later.
Deontay doesn't really like know of them.
Oh,
Yes, he does.
Oh?
No.
Is your shit dick porn?
I happen to have a foot fetish.
No.
No,
That's why.
you're lying.
No, no,
I
no,
thought
no,
you were
no,
joking.
no,
You're
stop it.
joking.
No,
I
no,
apologize.
Stop.
I now want to throw
Um,
up, Mel. I do not like you. Do not come near me or breathe on me.
You know, being insulted is like kind of a thing for me too.
Insulted?
Yes, insulted.
You like being hit?
Yes.
Same.
She's a masochist.
Reminds me of my dad.
Yes, sometimes Deontay will like bite. Wait, never mind. I'll just.
Okay.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Let's-
No, 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 no,
let's
no,
not-
no,
let's
no,
not
no.
What?
talk about that.
What
now.
will he bite?
What?
Yeah, just stop.
Colin's as confused as ever right
Is that
now.
a dab pen?
Wait, will he like bite your dick?
Fucking
off?
Mike.
It's normal
Please
thing.
don't throw
Okay.
that.
There are
Yeah,
$5,000 on
Here
this
are my
table
kinks.
right
I'm
now.
into,
Please don't throw anything.
Girls wearing strap-ons while fucking a man.
Only,
Nasty.
only,
God, I can't wait for our
only
teachers
during.
to hear this. I
No,
cannot
no,
wait.
you know what's
Taught
funny?
these kids.
You know what's funny?
Oh, God.
I think one of my teachers overheard
joke.
somebody talking about this podcast, and I hope to God I
Which-
don't get asked about
Which
it.
teacher was it?
I
Or what class?
think it might have been.
We're not doing it with
Was it
school
towers?
property. We're not doing it
I know,
for
they can't
school.
come for
Well,
us
yeah,
anyway.
Colin, you don't have to preface that. Clearly,
No
we're not doing it on
way.
school property.
Oh,
Clearly.
why would we do it on school property?
this
of
is
all
good.
places?
This
It's
is a
also
giant
a
school
Saturday.
assignment.
We did just.
This is a
talk
school-
about
this is a project.
This is for my big-
me to the fucking school.
This is for my big three guys.
All right. Anybody have any childhood memories they want to talk about?
Oh yes, I was beat.
One time I took a dump off a swing set.
What?
One time my friend peed in the street.
Gosh.
Oh,
yeah.
why?
Well, no, it's
Was it at
Texas.
night or
If you
was it
pee on the
at day?
street,
It
it
was
just
in the day.
evaporates.
My
Shit,
dad
Deontay.
called his mom's like,
Did-
your
what,
kid
what
pissing in
elementary
the
school
street.
did you go to?
Oh
I
yeah,
went
I
to- I went
remember
to a
that.
couple. I
I
went
was
to
Went
a
to a
pissed in the
couple.
middle
Oh
of the
yeah, so
street.
you didn't go to Hugh Cole, huh?
Oh,
No,
do
I
you want
didn't
to
go to
tell
Wait,
them?
who here went to Hugh Cole? Anybody?
No.
No, I'm
Nope,
not.
I
Andrew.
lived in
Oh
Texas.
Oh my God, I'm the only one who went to Hugh Cole.
I was in Texas.
That's
Beat 'em up is
so
different.
so sad.
I was Wait. Depending on the year you went in, I was either in Middletown, Newport, or Warwick.
See, like, no, this was my thing.
I
Did you guys ever have this thing where you had to stand outside in the freezing cold and dance for no reason?
What
No.
the
Oh,
what?
Project
What?
Aces.
So you did
Yeah,
that.
like they did songs where you had to do
Yeah,
like
you had to dance.
like
Cotton
a
Eye
Do you
Joe
remember-
and
Cotton Eye
the
Joe,
fucking-
that-
Do you
that's like
remember a
one
certain?
eyed,
Do you
one
remember a
short
certain
yeah.
song called the Tootie Ta?
Nope.
Can you sing it for
Do
me?
you guys remember the walking
Got a
club?
tooth.
The
No.
Tootie Ta.
You guys didn't have the walking club?
The
Ta.
fuck
Oh
is
my
that?
god,
Thumbs up.
you were so cool.
What the hell?
Butts out, some shit like that. It was
No.
really stupid. You don't remember that?
Okay, bye,
Butt
Dylan.
out.
No.
Dylan's going somewhere.
It was
Thanks to the-
really fucking weird, and
I-
they had to get rid of it because
What
it was
the
over sexualized.
No,
Wait,
I remember.
what?
I remember one of them was like
Ass.
one-eyed, one horn, flying purple, something.
People
fuck,
Eater.
People
yeah.
Eater.
I remember
Yeah.
that one. I remember that one, the
That was
Cotton Eye
fucking
Joe, the
gay.
Macarena.
What
But there was one
fuck
called
are
the
you guys
Tootie
talking
Ta,
about?
and I
Oh no,
imagine
no,
if you
no!
looked
Do
it
you
up,
guys
you'd
have to do
find
the
it.
one where you guys like went in the hallways and like did like it's time to get funky?
Yeah,
funky,
yeah, but
funky,
everybody,
funky.
I think everybody's done that at some point.
Oh yeah,
Right.
basically,
Nobody
in,
has.
basically in my old school, in Texas, we had in elementary school, we had these things called like the self something pass, and if you were a good noodle, you got this fucking
Good
badge
noodle.
with your face on it, and it allowed you to go in the hallways periodically and do the fucking dance where they played it over the intercom. And I was so misbehaved because I didn't have my medication yet. I
Probably
was even
better off,
diagnosed.
honestly.
So I was inside of the classroom anyway, dancing on the desks, and
Nice.
like
Oh,
I was
you
all
mentioned
alone
that
because I was the
Colin
only
got a
kid that
preschool.
misbehaved.
Colin got kicked out of preschool.
I did.
got kicked out.
How do you
once,
how do
so-
you get kicked out
Alright,
of a
so here's
preschool?
what he
It's
did.
I
hard,
get-
it's hard.
no,
It's
no,
not-
no.
It's not that hard actually.
So basically in preschool,
I didn't go to an actual preschool. Who went to a
I
proper
didn't go to
preschool?
preschool
I
either.
I
I
went
went-
to a Catholic preschool that brainwashed you.
I went to this place called.
Clearly,
Head
it
Start
didn't work.
I went
No.
I went to this place called Head Start in Newport, and I'm pretty sure that everyone who worked there hated me.
Okay.
I
'Cause I was gonna say like.
no, my
dude,
mom
I
taught me
didn't-
everything I needed for preschool.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I didn't go to a preschool. I went to a daycare that was
I didn't go to
run
daycare
by like a
either.
sort of no. It was a daycare run by somebody who was like a certified sort of like teacher, and
Yeah.
she still does it now.
So it's like the equivalent of a preschool.
It's the equivalent of a preschool. It's just easier because there's a lot less kids. You're in a house. She cooks
Yeah.
actual fucking good food for you, and you're in like a home environment.
You know, my mom didn't like the idea of a preschool. So I know my sister, I think she went to daycare because she was like the only child at the time. But then
Yeah.
by the time they got to like my brother and me, like she didn't need, she didn't need to send us to preschool. She already taught us everything that we needed to know. So like I went to kindergarten knowing how to like spell my name, knowing my address, my phone number, blah blah blah, all that,
You had a
all the
phone
shit that you
number?
really need. Yeah, we
You
had a house phone.
You had
We had a
phone?
house
Oh, yeah,
phone.
yeah,
You
sure,
had
sure.
a house?
Yes.
I don't have a house phone.
Wait,
I
yeah,
haven't had a
Sean,
house phone in
Sean,
years.
Sean, like we had landlines.
I know.
We had our landline. I still remember our phone phone number for Texas.
Everybody, shh, I haven't done one yet.
Oh, the fizz. Oh, it's overflowing. Oh, it's on the table.
It's fine.
No, it's on
Don't
the table.
worry, everything.
I'm wet.
Give it the good suck.
Yeah, give it the good suck. Yeah, give it the good suck.
But so the preschool I went to was called Head Start, and it is in Newport. Basically, this didn't get me kicked out, but this was a very fun time. So when I was there,
idiot.
my dad just dropped me off, and we were playing outside. When it was time to go back inside, I didn't want to go back inside, so I'm like, hey, I'm gonna climb the fence. And mind you, this is a 7-foot tall fence, and right at this time, I'm at least 3'6".
Damn, you're a small boy.
I'm small.
Small boy.
I'm
when it comes to
especially
fence.
small, but somehow I climb over this 7-foot tall fence, perfectly land, then walk down the street. Then like this
This
is
is a little
if-
ninja man.
all right. So and then I saw my uncle. Like my uncle was walking down the street, and he just so happens to see me. He calls my dad, and I can hear him over the phone. He's like,
The monkey
What?
escaped the zoo.
like I was so scared because like I thought my dad was like I was gonna be in
Oh.
trouble, and because I climbed over a fucking fence. Like the people that were there didn't know where I was, and they didn't know where I was. So they called my parents, and my mom's like, "Where's my child?" And he's like, "I don't know." Then my uncle calls my mom saying that he found me, and I'm with him right now, and he brought me back to the place. But like this part didn't like this was fun because my dad did not know how I climbed over a 7-foot tall fence when I was like fucking 6 or 7
It's
years
in your
old.
genes,
He
Deontay.
forgot you're a monkey.
It's genetics.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
He's good at climbing because he's.
Then I could
it's
do
just
anything.
genetics.
Fucking Diddy Kong.
But yeah, that what?
He called you Diddy Kong.
But that was one of the things
Donkey
I
Kong. She's
did.
Diddy Kong.
I think a year. I think not even a year. Like a couple months later, I got kicked out because
Not for the
A
fence
couple
thing.
years
not,
later.
not for the fence thing.
Oh wait.
Not for the
That
fence.
was a.
So where the fuck was this story going?
Yeah.
Oh well, I was just saying that was like one of the incidents I used to
Wow.
have.
I was
at
trying to
that
figure out
thing.
how you got kicked out.
I got
Congratulations,
kicked out
Deontay.
because I used to bite at people.
What the
Oh,
fuck? I
That's such
You
like
mind telling us
that's such a stupid thing to get kicked out for. You'd think instead of just kicking you out, they'd actually be like, yeah, you know what, we'll give you like a fucking chew toy. I
No,
don't
no,
know.
but I literally
toy.
bit.
I'm going to
Everything.
on the DAUQS cast Instagram. I'm going
Mhm.
to post to the story.
Already
Ask
did.
us question. No, the
Mhm.
story on
I already did.
Instagram, not
Already did.
on Instagram. No,
Yeah, I did.
no, you didn't.
Bet.
It's right
Bet.
here, bro. Yeah, you put it on
She's
Snapchat.
right, yeah.
You put it
No,
on
I put it on the.
Put it on Snapchat. I just
Yo,
opened
guys
I
should
just
fight
put it
about
on
this.
here. Look at
This
it.
is the most entertaining
I
thing
had
ever.
just
Guys,
opened up the
guys,
story.
Oh,
guys.
interesting.
I
Anyways.
have something important to
Yeah,
say.
Yes,
yes,
say it.
yes,
He's
no.
gonna burp.
Ah.
Oh my god. Okay,
Nice.
never mind.
Kenzie,
Colin,
it's
I saw
on-
it. Okay, I saw it.
All right. Anyways,
Well,
anybody here what's it called? Do sips in school?
Oh my god, I fucking.
What the fuck
Why
is
do
that?
we
Sips
need
are-
fuck
that?
is a sip?
Why? It's basically like a extra kind of like not like an extra help,
Yeah.
but it's like a little
Autism speaks.
like you know. Do you guys still have Boost in middle school?
yes, son.
It's
Yes.
kind of it was kind of like the boost of that.
A
But
waste-
like
a
most
waste
people
of
either
time.
went to like
So you would have a
An
normal
English
teacher.
or like a
Yeah,
math.
you would have like your actual teacher, because obviously you didn't have like separate teachers for everything until high school. So you'd have your normal teachers, and then what would end up happening was you would go to a different teacher, and you would do this thing called SIPs. I forgot what the actual acronym stands for, but I remember it being like spelling and annotation. And you would always go to a different teacher, so everybody kind of hated it because you didn't know the teacher that you were going to, and they would always teach you something about spelling, annotation, and punctuation. It was really
Nobody
fucking
wants
annoying.
to fucking do that.
Oh,
No.
nobody
Right.
wanted to do
No.
it. Everybody hated it.
I like dreaded going there because they also gave you those little tiny books so we had to practice like
I
reading
remember
from
that.
and like
So
look at the
fucking stupid.
mistakes and all that stupid shit. So
Yeah, I have no.
it was
idea
basically
what
like a
the fuck
boost.
who
It
you're
was kind of like
talking
an extra little help.
It's
Maybe.
for the specials.
about. Mo, you have any
It was not-
childhood
It was
stories?
also in the morning.
Childhood
Yeah,
stories
it's like
before
that.
school?
Really
I know,
fucking
dude.
early.
There was one time where I was being a little jokester,
Bitch. Oh.
and I was
Bitch. Oh.
wow, you're a fucking asshole.
Bitch.
I told a joke, and then I was laughing my ass off, and everybody was laughing, and then the teacher got pissed at me, and she was like, "Stop laughing." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever." And then I thought about it again, and I told my friend again, and then we all laughed at it more. And then she was like, "That's it. Go in the other room." And there was like a dark fucking room where she put me in by myself, and I was scared shitless
Yeah.
because the whole room was almost pitch black,
See,
and she
that's
just had me
fine.
sitting there for like
Sounds like Miss D'Angelo's
the
class.
rest of the fucking class. And I'm like, "How are you gonna like inflict fear on me?"
It's the rape dungeon.
Yes,
It was
yes.
so,
You see a bunch of
like,
smiling faces.
I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I'm like, I'm all alone in this dark ass fucking
So
room.
like when I was
Oh,
in when I
Mr.
was in
Nalable
middle
just comes
school-
out of the darkness.
What's
Yeah.
going on?
What's going on?
when I was in middle school, or not even middle school, when I was in elementary school and the first half of middle school, I used to get in so much trouble for like no fucking reason. I remember in elementary school, they used to have these things called red slips and yellow slips.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, we had those in a
We had-
class. We had like
I
the
did
little
get one
sticker
red slip.
things.
I had pink
I-
I had pink slips and red slips.
Yeah, so I got, or it might have been pink slips instead of yellow slips. I just figured yellow because it's whatever.
Yeah.
But I used to get so many red slips, and I had my own personal, like you know how we have like guidance counselors,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you only use them to just change classes. Nobody
Somebody
actually
was
goes to them.
special.
Yeah, right. Deontay, what the fuck.
Oh fuck you.
Anyways, so I had this guy. I forgot his name. God forbid, which is unfortunate because he was actually really nice.
Guy Fieri?
Yeah, Guy Fieri. Yeah, let's just call him Guy Fieri.
Yeah,
So
get
Guy
him,
Fieri,
yeah.
he used to follow me around and like help me because I used to get into trouble a lot. And there was this one time where I pushed over a whole bookcase in my elementary school.
Why?
I
That's
don't
fun.
remember
What?
why. Don't
Oh,
ask me.
Guy Fieri antagonized you.
So yeah, so then that was the first time I met Guy Fieri.
Oh, really?
And he was like talking to me. He's like, "Yeah, I could call your parents right now and tell them about what you just did, or you can just hang out with me for a while and we can talk." And I'm like, that sounds like the better option.
Yes, yes.
Because I
Sounds-
remember my parents thought I was some angel because every time I got a red slip,
Okay.
I would talk them out of
Oh my
I'd
God.
talk the teacher out of giving me the red slip. I'd be like, "Oh no, it's fine. Listen, I'll be better.
Problems at
Calm
home.
down."
It's really
Ooh.
insensitive that you're giving me the
And-
red slip. You should get the red slip for
Paulo
choosing
asked-
me.
Yeah, you should get the red
Paulo
slip.
asked us what's our favorite pizza topping.
Pineapple.
Oh,
Pineapple.
Get the fuck out.
She did this for
Get out of my
Pineapple's
hemisphere.
disgusting. It's pineapple is the.
Pineapple. Change my mind.
Get
Well,
the fuck out of my continent.
I like.
you don't put something sweet
Hold
on
on,
pizza.
I like
Breathe.
pineapple, but not on a pizza.
Thank you, Paulo.
I agree.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paulo.
Pineapple's
Pineapple.
good.
Paul.
Wait, everybody go around. So mine's pineapple. Deontay, what's yours?
Just pepperoni, I guess.
Mel, what's yours?
Colin's nut.
Awesome. Dylan.
You know, I'll have to agree with Mel. Colin's not.
Colin.
My nut.
I would say Colin's nut, but sardines beat it. It's more salsa.
Sardines.
I never-
So you
Fuck.
gotta
That's
tell me.
pretty weird
Oh
'cause
wait,
you're
Luke, what's
brothers.
yours?
Never had sardines.
I love sardines.
They're also
Sardines.
brothers, so.
I would
Hope
probably
not.
have to. This is really odd, but I really like buffalo chicken mac and cheese pizza.
Please
What the
stop.
fuck?
So I just like to
Wow.
point out, you would put a fucking fish on a pizza, but not a piece
No,
of fruit.
Sean's
Yeah,
fucking
sardines
joking.
are a little.
What the
There's
fuck?
salt.
Have you
They're
ever had
so
sardines?
fucking
I've
You
salty.
ever had fucking pineapple? on
I've never had
pizza?
Yes,
sardines.
it's fucking disgusting. It's sweet.
You're putting a fucking fish.
Yes, a fish.
Salted. Fish are
You mean
salty.
Lily? You mean Lily?
Fish are salty, Kenzie. Fruit is sweet.
My dog looks like a
First they're
fish.
sour, then they're sweet.
Sour Patch Kids.
That's why.
Yeah,
She,
no,
that's
so
why she
going-
likes pineapple so much.
Shut the fuck up. Going back to the
What is pineapple
Well,
sour?
I was
Kenzie?
saying I do not favor sardines.
Pineapple's
I'm saying
just
I don't
sweet.
like
Don't judge me.
sardines over
You
pineapple.
know what
So-
I can't wait for? Wait,
Colin's nut.
I'm
Oh.
just thinking over here. My parents are gonna hear this and know that I'm a big boy pothead.
Wait, so
Oh.
wait,
Don't
wait,
already
wait,
know.
wait. If
This
we-
is
wait,
not-
wait. Why are they gonna hear this?
I don't know. You tell me, Luke.
Oh, so-
They hear everything.
I already.
Everything.
They're
Is that
listening
cop-
right now, even though we're not live.
fuck you.
So,
Dad's a cop. You're going to jail.
No, I thought you were
He's going
retired.
to jail. So are you.
Yeah, you retired.
Dylan's
Yeah.
dad's cop is
Wait.
actually retired.
Retired
Really?
cop.
Oh.
Real
Wait,
dad?
so Sean,
His
going
real
back to
dad's
the,
in jail.
Going back to the whole like slips of like, oh,
Yeah,
like the
it's
teacher
not,
should,
that's what
should
you
get the
should
slip for
say.
accusing
you
you
have
of
a
it.
dad. For
You
being
give them an
sensitive.
Uno card, a reverse card, back to you,
Oh my
bitch.
god, dude.
Uno reverse them.
All
I'm
right.
gonna bring a reverse.
Yeah, so like some of the things I got in trouble for in elementary school is I pushed over a bookcase. I gave a girl a bloody eye.
What the
Jeez.
Oh,
Um,
oh.
I sprinted through the cafeteria while being chased by the dean, and I stole a piece of pizza from the line, and then I hid in the bathroom and stood up against it so they couldn't get in until
While
they
you were
until
eating
they
your
busted
pizza.
the door down.
How
Jesus.
No, this was when I was in 4th and 5th grade.
You're
This is when I
still-
got into the
you're-
most trouble.
No, but he
Jesus
was a
Christ, bro.
he was
But
a,
think about
he's
it.
a
No,
thick
no,
boy.
but remember this. When I was a kid, I was fucking massive.
He was a
I
he
was
was a
so
I
much
am massive
bigger
right now. I
than
gotta
every
like
other
lose
kid.
weight.
Height wise and weight wise, I was always bigger than everybody else, and I've always been like the youngest in my class. Now I'm not because obviously I've stopped growing as much. But I'm still
No, but you're still pretty young.
almost
compared to
6'1".
everyone.
Yeah, well I'm because I was born in May. I'm a
Well,
I'm a
well,
baby.
she's Mel's born in
Yeah.
freaking June.
July.
July 16th is your girlfriend's birthday.
I'm thinking about my mother.
Deontay,
It's my
your
mother.
mother.
Did you just it's
my mother.
Would you fuck
It's
your
my
mother?
fucking
Would you
mother.
fuck your mother?
Oh, would you fuck your
Stop.
mother?
I remember that.
Shut up.
In the pilot episode where Deontay wasn't here.
I'm sorry to all the viewers that had to like
Yeah,
turn
so
down
you
their
know
volume.
that. So, all
Did
right,
I
stop. Okay,
say?
okay. So in the
What if
podcast,
Deontay got his Melody confused with his
All right,
mother?
you can stop now.
in the pilot episode of the podcast, we were talking about somebody who would fuck their mom and if you'd still be friends. And Kenzie said she wouldn't be surprised if Deontay fucked his mother.
We're
And then,
hugging
and
it
then we
out.
So
said we
close.
wouldn't be surprised if Deontay mixed Melody up with his mom, and he just did. Deontay fucks his
Point
mom.
proven.
Confirmed.
I win this
fuck
argument.
no.
Thank you
Um,
guys.
fuck
Have
you.
a great
I guess
day.
I'll leave you now, Deontay.
I think the fuck not.
I think I'll just go with the.
Rex.
Sean?
I thought your mom's birthday
Well,
was in
JJ or
January.
Lily.
No,
My
it's
mom
June.
is.
Oh,
June.
that's Mel's mom.
That's
Okay.
Mel's mom.
Wait, Deontay fucked my mom?
What?
Oh
That
no.
was-
What?
No. No.
Ooh,
Black man
Moses
fucked
said
mom.
who was the leader of this squad.
There is
I
no
am.
leader.
There is no
There
leader.
is.
There's
there-
no true leader.
there is
we
no
all have
leader.
We all
very
share an equal
different
amount.
JK
personalities.
lol.
We just each contribute in different ways.
Yeah,
and more than
there's
others.
See,
no,
like,
there's no
nobody
one
likes
above
me.
anyone else ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I
we're all
outrank you
special.
all in age.
Nobody gives a fuck,
Oh,
cunt.
Ricky
Everybody here's
Lee.
taller than you except
Yeah.
for the women and Sean.
Yeah, but Deontay, guess what? I can drive.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yikes.
He got you there. He got you there.
Oh fuck you.
I have
you
a
could
car.
drive before.
No, Deontay. Remember Deontay said he was gonna beat me to driving,
I could have.
I did.
Yeah, you did say that. I was broke.
and then
I was broke.
You
and then
still are, bro.
and then Rick goes, "Hey, Rick
That's
said
none
this.
of your business in my bank account.
Rick
I
said
work
these
5 days
words.
a week, bro.
Whoever is first behind the wheel, having their hands like this and laying down there in a car by himself, listening to music, that's how you win. I was the first one to do that.
Ooh.
Rick said that.
I was hijacked.
I
Whoever's in
think
the car by themselves, their own car.
should have told everybody that then.
Yeah, you probably should have.
Oh yeah, he did bet $500.
Okay,
I
so
did
I have a
not.
question from
Oh,
on
why did you hear
Snapchat.
that?
I legit just heard it.
What are your opinions and or views on the new generation of high school dating of what it is now versus what
okay,
it used to be?
so here's my thing. Here's my thing with high
Who's
school
asked
dating.
that?
Here's
my
my
friend.
thing.
Let's keep it
The
anonymous.
The thing with high school dating is I feel like it's so fucking difficult to find a normal ass person who just wants to have a normal ass relationship. Everything always goes to shit. It's all constantly, and it's always because of something really like you know what? I kind of admire this about Deontay and Mel
Like-
because they're basically the same fucking person.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
like
Yes.
these- I can see them living together
literally-
forever.
they
Like they're
literally
gonna
have
get
the
married.
same
I
fucking
know it.
personality. They both never argue about anything unless it's the stupidest shit.
But,
Like
playing porn.
smoking weed, you fucking bitch.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was an ignorant fuck before.
You
I'm
are.
sorry.
You still are.
See,
Oh,
but
but look
uh,
at you.
And
You just honestly.
Deontay has asthma, so he can't anyways. He'd fucking
No,
die.
I keep hearing from people like, oh, weed cures asthma, but I'm starting
It
to
doesn't.
think that's
It definitely doesn't.
It doesn't.
Smoking
Putting
I
stuff
looked it
in
up
your
before.
lungs is not gonna
Smoking
cure
anything
anything. I
will
have
not help
Going
bronchitis.
into a
That's
burning
just not
house
how it
cures
works.
asthma.
Plus,
Oh,
not to mention,
sorry.
I think high school dating has turned into more of a I'm gonna date you because I want to fuck you. Now I'm gonna date you because I
I'm a
actually
horny
want to
fuck.
date you.
Dude, that's
almost
actually
did that.
fucked
You know
up.
what
I want to
mean?
have a
Sorry.
kid.
A lot of people, they don't. I don't know. I don't want to speak on behalf of
I wanna be on
everybody,
Teen Moms.
but I feel like everyone that dates, they take it too seriously, and then, but
Yeah.
then
They
they
act
don't.
like
They
it's
don't
the
really.
number one thing
Yeah,
in
they don't
ever.
really-
Like they put it up schoolwork.
They don't really
they-
consider the fact that you're only 14 through 17, and it's not. It's most likely not going to be
True.
something that's actually.
Well,
gonna
see, like a
last.
lot of parents have been together since high school. Surprisingly.
Yeah, like my parents have still been together,
So-
and
so have
they're
mine.
luckily they're
Yeah,
still
'cause they're
they're
most-
married.
Mine are a weird case.
Yeah, my parents-
It's kind of weird.
Mel doesn't have a dad. Yikes.
Okay, whoa.
Okay. Well, I mean,
My parents in my
Left
case
bastards and some.
they met when they were 15. They got married right after like few years after high school,
Smart decision.
and then they had 3 kids. And luckily for me, thankfully, they're still married. But
Yeah.
however many cases that
Going
might
strong.
be, it's not like a lot of people think too much of it, and they
I think
that, like,
I think for a lot of
everything's
people,
gonna
it's
revolve around that one
it's
person.
for me personally. It's not like I'm thinking like whoever I meet in high school, I'm gonna live the rest of my life with. I think it's more of a is it not wrong for a while in high school? Maybe I just want somebody that I especially care about just to spend time with. Like I love spending time with my friends, but I feel like there's more of an intimate connection with that one other person. Something that just makes life a little bit sweeter in a way.
Like, it
You know what I
just
mean?
helps. It just
I
has
don't know,
someone
man.
that you
We're
can
all
just
still
go
young.
to.
Still, it doesn't matter.
think about going through school. It kind of does matter.
It doesn't really matter when you're
It
a
does.
teenager,
It
because like,
does.
what are the odds it's actually gonna last? You know.
That's not what I'm
there's
talking
different
about.
Deontay and Mel.
I'm gonna be abstinent.
Yeah, but
It's not the fact-
I get it for the time being.
I literally just said that. It's not
For-
about it lasting.
for
It's
the
about
time
it just making
being.
it easier
I'm,
going through.
I'm saying about for the
completely
time
ignores
being.
I'm gonna be abstinent.
For the time. Oh
I'm
my god.
I have my
For the
virginity ring
time
on.
being of what you're whenever you're with somebody, I get at the
I have my
age,
ring.
but I mean, realistically, I don't know. Like it's not. It's not gonna last.
I think that's
Like-
just. I think that's just because you might have had a bad experience or multiple. bad
Okay,
experiences.
thanks for pointing it out, cunt.
I said I think. I didn't say you do.
But
They were-
anyway,
you were-
but, like, I can't.
Tension. Tension.
Table.
But I can't really compare it to anything before because I literally did not pay attention to any of that when I was fucking younger. Like,
I have
the only
no
the
one.
only thing on my mind was fucking video games and fucking basically
And fucking.
And fucking,
Alright.
and fucking,
Yeah, fucking.
fucking that Xbox.
Oh yeah, fucking Britney. All right.
Okay,
Yeah,
oh,
Okay,
okay, let's
no,
not.
no, no,
Baby
Hey, let's
shark,
not.
do 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 do, baby shark.
Hey, Deontay, what's up with that girl from Middletown?
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
we're talking
Middletown.
about Middletown.
Okay, we can stop.
Okay,
I'll
let's-
kill you all in your
lost.
sleep.
Hey, can we
Conspiracy
like?
theory.
Hang on. Can I mention something? Clearance candy is the best thing ever.
No, it's
Dylan, no,
My
Dylan
dad,
and
like, 14
Dylan-
I can
so-
approve.
so
10 out of
basically-
10 would recommend.
So basically, a few nights ago, like I went to Walgreens and I was like looking for fucking Fun Dip because I haven't had Fun Dip in fucking 2 years. And I'm like, I want some fucking Fun Dip. So I go to Walgreens and I see they have these 3 boxes left. It has 24 in each box. And I'm like, oh shit. So I go to the counter and I pull out like 2 5s, expecting it to be like maybe $15 or something like that. He rings it up. He goes, it's gonna be 123. And I'm like,
Oh
the
my god, you
fuck?
saved $5.
No, we saved.
Wow.
Like no, it's
Wow.
123 for everything. Like you got 3 24
Yeah,
boxes of
it's
Fun Dip
all-
for $1.
It's
Yes,
all,
yes, it is all sugar. You're
holiday
gonna get
stuff.
diabetes. Joke's on you.
Like they'll
Ha.
have
Diabetes.
they,
Yeah.
they have candy at Stop and Shop right now for
Yeah,
24
Beatles.
cents, just because it's Valentine's Day candy.
Like I thought we were transported back to the fucking whatever candy was actually fucking
My
cheap.
dad left 14 years ago to get clearance
You
candy.
guys
never
ever
came
go
back.
to what's it Delectas in Warren?
No.
Downtown Warren.
Nope.
Nope.
And it's not called Delectors. It's called Delectas because I gotta have that accent. In downtown Warren, there's a place called Delectas. They used to have penny candy when my parents were kids.
I've heard of that. I just
Penny?
don't know what it actually is.
Oh my god, dude! The place has probably the greatest milkshakes that have ever graced your lips.
Oh wait, is that the
Whaterburger
place?
has some
where-
That's
pretty
that
good
place on the
milkshakes.
corner in
Well,
downtown
Whataburger
Warren,
is
one
in
of the
Texas
corners.
and
Did we pass
other
it, like,
states
Oh yeah,
that are
we-
not
we've
Rhode
passed it
Island.
multiple times.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
It's not expensive. They have milkshakes. I believe they still have penny candy, just not the good penny candy
Penny?
because yeah.
Pennies.
No, when my parents were kids, because my parents have known each other since they were really young, they would go to Delectas with $1 and buy 100 pieces of candy, penny candy, and I'm not talking about like shitty hard candy.
Wait, hold on.
I'm talking like good fucking
Wait,
candy.
like candy in the ship pennies?
No,
No,
Oh, I
it's
thought it was
candy
for a
I thought
penny.
it was
for
worth
a
$1.
how the fuck do you mix
I-
that
It
up?
costs
It's a
one
Jewish
penny.
thing.
No.
Mel, don't. Come on.
So but they have really good milkshakes, and it's like the only really, 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 really old-fashioned place in Warren, because all the other ones are pretty. I don't know. No, they've all pretty much closed down. Yeah, they don't have a lot of old-fashioned places. Also, in downtown Warren, there's a bunch of shops that are up for like a few months, and then they instantaneously close.
This is a business.
It's not-
Spirit Halloween with Mr. Bones.
Remember that breakfast place? There was a breakfast place downtown that was really shitty that they got rid of. I remember going there because it was new, so I wanted to try it. They somehow burnt waffles and made syrup taste like shit.
How do you
Imagine if
make
they put an
syrup taste
IHOP
bad?
instead of a Pizza Hut.
That's what I said,
Oh,
man.
do that.
IHOP.
Like,
Oh,
let's say
frick.
they put an IHOP instead of a Pizza Hut right there.
Oh, I
like,
would have been the
Yes.
happiest
Oh, yeah,
motherfucker on the
probably.
planet.
I hope something.
Yeah,
Deontay's ready
I
to
think
say
they
something.
It's a lot better than
Well, yeah,
fucking
but,
Pizza Hut.
but
bro.
here's the problem: you can't not. They wouldn't be able to put an IHOP there because the location where
It's
it's, at
too
is
small.
really fucking small. They would need.
It's
way
only
more
good for like a
space.
pick up and go kind of place.
Yeah,
there's
because
it should be
legit,
called
like,
exactly.
Y-Hop.
Uber
It should be
Eats.
called IHOP Mini
Wendy's
or
could
a
be put there.
Y-Hop.
That'd be pretty lit.
Yeah, why hop? As in, why is it there?
Yeah.
Why go there? When we can
If
go
the location
somewhere
was
else?
bigger, then yeah, that'd be a good
If they had a
idea.
Longhorn Steakhouse, I'd be happy.
Oh, I love Longhorn. That's my
Not
favorite
like I
restaurant. I'm
really-
from
I've
Texas, and that's
never
my favorite
been
I mean,
there.
restaurant.
you could if
Poor.
you weren't on the.
Just mention-
If you're not on the diet, you could.
Hey, can
probably
we
eat
mention how every single time I go to a restaurant with Dylan, I always manage to get the waiter to like sing Happy Birthday?
It's so fucking
It's a
annoying.
meme and it's fucking amazing.
Like every
Especially
single,
at Chili's, because
Remember we did- oh my
Chili's,
God.
Chili's, they sing a proper song.
like
I
for
don't know.
me,
I don't know how he does it.
I
but
do
he
it.
gets their
I do it
attention.
so secretively, like no one notices it except for the waiter.
Yeah, we went to Longhorn, and Colin apparently at one point mouthed it to the waiter, and the waiter apparently like
Like
nodded
while
at
while
him.
while I was
That
ordering
waiter
my
was
food,
fucking
while I
nice.
was ordering my food, I
Yeah.
secretly did it. Like
And not a single person at our table noticed. And then they came over with like a sundae, and I was looking. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Somebody ordered a sundae. Then he put it on our table. I'm like, you're fucking me. Colin
Yeah.
did not just do that.
I
I
do
just
I do
started
it at the
dying.
very beginning when
Dylan's
everyone's
face-
getting set, and then
Dylan's
Dylan
face,
just goes
oh
like
my
dead.
God,
I
dude.
started to die because
Do
it
we
was
want
so
to go to
fucking funny.
Wendy's after this?
I mean,
No,
shit.
Kenzie, I don't want to go to Wendy's after.
We all can't fit in the Prius.
Because Luke's a healthy boy now.
Okay, well,
Fucking
Luke's a
A.
healthy
Congratulations
He
to
would, he
Luke.
would
I'm
have to. He would have
poor.
to take
Wanna
the
go have
bread
Caesar
off the
salad?
burger.
I
and
am
just
not
eat the burger.
hungry.
boy. Aw.
Neither.
Well, I'm never hungry, so.
Wanna
But
go
always
to the
hungry.
McDonald's?
See, the only reason why I ever liked Wendy's.
I'll be
'cause
hungry
Wendy's-
after I eat.
Smoke.
Wendy's have really good fries and they have Frosties. That's basically it.
I love
Baconator.
Wendy's. Like,
Burgers.
I'd die for Wendy. I love
For
that girl.
Wendy?
For Wendy herself,
Wendy's
yes,
my
I would
homie.
die for
We go
her.
way back.
But
We
I'm
used to
sorry,
be
but the
crack in
fries are not
kindergarten.
very good. I'm gonna contradict you on that and say that their fries are not very good. McDonald's
Really?
has the best fries.
I haven't had Wendy's fries in
Yes.
a while, so
With
actually.
They're-
50%
I
your
don't think
daily
they're
recommended
Are they-
sodium.
see,
They
like,
kind
my
of
favorite
McDonald's fries are the best.
declined, but everything
they?
else is very good there.
Because my favorite French fries have always been the ones that are like actual like the actual potato crisps that still have like the potato
Crisp.
on the
Oh,
on
like
the,
the
the
oh,
actual
fuck,
like
what's it called?
the
Potato
crust?
what? No, no
Chips.
wedge.
I don't know.
I know what you're talking about. They look like
Yeah, the potato skin's still on the fry and it's
Don't you mean
salted. Yeah,
chips?
you know what I
Oh,
mean?
those are
I don't
good.
know. The ones you guys ever go to Blount's?
No,
Brown?
the
but
fuck is that?
It's
You
it's
don't know what Blounce is.
You don't
No,
know
I
Browns?
don't.
No,
you
I
need
don't.
To go to
I don't
Blount's.
either.
They have really
You know what
good
it is, Sean?
fish.
No, I don't.
They have fantastic fish and chips. They have such good food. I used to go there when I was
don't
a
like
kid,
seafood, so
but I didn't
probably
like
wouldn't
seafood, so
I
I
don't
used
like
to get a
seafood
Coke
either.
sandwich,
Blounce is,
yeah, with-
you
I
don't know.
love
It's
seafood.
town.
Well,
Well,
she
I'm
lives-
just-
well,
You're
she
right,
lives
I
in
belong in
Bristol.
Texas.
She lives in Warren.
Oh,
Well, you live in
I
Bristol.
still haven't heard. I still
Yeah.
haven't heard of it.
You live in Bristol.
No,
Yeah,
Sean,
Dylan-
where have you been?
Let's have a voice crack counter for Sean.
Reverse card.
4-7.
Shit, I didn't eat breakfast. That's probably why. Yeah, I wouldn't. I
Do
wouldn't
you want,
mind-
hey, do you want some nuts?
Oh,
Yeah.
Nut.
Colin's
I actually have nuts. Do you want some nuts?
What kind of nuts?
Oh,
just-
he does.
A salted,
Cashews.
salted nut.
It's
Fuck
David's
no.
favorite.
Honey roasted nuts are the best.
No, they're
Honey
not.
They
roasted
taste like
Cheerios.
fucking
No, those
peanut
are
butter.
David's. You can't
No,
give away
what?
David's nuts.
If you eat a lot of them and keep
No.
them in your mouth, it's literally fucking
If you,
crunchy
if you
peanut butter.
chew on it
Then why not
long
just get
enough
crunchy
till it
peanut
turns
butter?
into a
If
paste,
you-
it'll taste like peanut
It's
butter.
literally fucking peanut butter.
Yes, that's how peanuts work.
No.
Peanut butter.
Peanut. I'm gonna
No.
peanut in your mom.
Penis butter?
Penis butter. Have you ever had penis butter?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's actually really thick and like creamy and white. And sticky.
Ew, God.
Fuck does that sound, Mel?
Are you fine?
Okay.
Again.
JJ's actually
All right,
behaving
I
this
got
time.
I got a this or that question.
What's
Yes.
the
Yeah.
what?
Pretty intense one. Pancakes or
57
waffles?
Waffles.
Waffles.
No, they're
No,
not.
they're not. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
They're made-
Waffles, if you get waffles and you pour syrup on it, they go into the little craters.
Oh
You have
my
to-
Yeah,
God.
Alright,
they
listen,
make pancakes
No, here's the
soggy.
problem.
Thing is
Pancakes
that
absorb the
pancakes and
syrup.
waffles are
Pancakes
made from the
absorb
same
syrup.
fucking mix.
Waffles store the syrup.
Yes.
Waffles, you can add shit to it without it getting all over the fucking
Yes,
place.
yes.
Pancakes
but-
are useless, pointless.
Yes.
Lego
fucking
my Eggo.
retarded.
Listen.
Do you guys remember Eggos?
Lego my
Lego
Eggo.
my
Lego
Eggo.
my Eggo.
Oh my
Ma-
God.
do you remember that one one point they had like this one time they actually made like Lego shaped Eggos.
I remember that. Yeah, they were. Yeah, and they
Like,
also.
That's like the remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Like on
They
my
were like
Melody,
super
pancakes or
expensive, and I
waffles?
only got them like
Melody,
once, and I
pancakes or
loved it.
waffles? That's how you sound.
Toast and strudels.
Yeah, 'cause I'm fucking white.
What are you high?
Pancakes or waffles?
No, I'm just very
Waffles.
fatigued.
God bless you.
Bless you, Dylan.
She's still recovering
Dylan,
from the other
pancakes or
night.
waffles?
Waffles.
Fuck me over.
Waffles.
He's gonna.
Can there be a mixture of both? Half
No.
and half?
What the fuck?
No, he has to say
They're
waffles.
made from the
Oh,
same
no,
mix.
no, this was it. It's a
2019,
waffle in the
it can't
middle
be
with
different.
2 pancakes on top.
I want to be both.
Oh my god.
Have you guys heard of the Zabies?
Babies,
what?
yes.
The
Or so
babies?
basi-
Babies,
No.
parents are
vape
raising their-
babies.
So wait, no, hold on.
Parents are raising their
It's like
kids
crack
as no
babies.
gender.
Oh my god, yeah.
So
it's
basically,
verified.
so they let the
Kids
kids
get to choose their
decide.
gender at 5 years old.
Do you think people get triggered by gender reveals?
Yes.
Go wait,
I
Ken,
saw,
Kenzie
I
would
read
know.
an
'cause
ar-
yeah,
yeah, I read an
Why is
article
it
about
white?
that. So
That is
I
so
love watching gender
stupid.
reveals because I
Yeah.
love people like being so excited to see if they have like a blue.
Do you remember
It's
like,
mine?
gonna be
blue
queer.
That's a
If you
big
look at
boy.
the-
or
the dad's
No,
face
no.
is so depressed.
Instead of a gender reveal, they pop the balloon and it just comes out as white. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
what's that? Non-gender.
No,
It's
don't.
just
Non-binary.
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 So this is basically what I was
Pan.
reading. So everyone, whenever someone's
It's an abortion.
expecting, they always have a gender reveal. Oh my god.
Confetti's black.
No,
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 that's
no,
red.
no,
That's
no,
red.
just like liquid red fake
Hey,
blood
wait, what
just
does
drips
red
out of the
mean?
fuck.
The baby didn't make
No,
it.
wait, no, wait, no, with the balloon, they fill it up like with that fake blood. You
Yeah.
pop it and
Oh
just
my
fucking
god.
shits
Everyone's
down.
like, surprise, it's returning.
Surprise, your
It
baby
shits
didn't make
down.
it. I'm sorry to tell you. So, okay.
But at least it's a balloon.
April Fool.
At least
Yeah,
you
well,
can-
No, no, you
Hey,
put
at
the
least you can
fetus
have
in
a
it.
funeral. Everyone's already here.
No, wait, no,
Can
wait.
we have a baby shower for a dead baby?
Eating my
my
kid.
god.
No, that's a baby.
Is that gonna be
That's a
the?
baby drowning.
Wait,
Can that be the title of this episode? Dead babies.
No.
That's
Fuck.
we should be trans dead babies.
That's a
Trans-
question that I have.
Non-binary trans dead babies.
Non-binary babies. All right, can that be the title? Non-binary.
No,
I
it's
like
not.
how we're trying to get sponsors. And it's like a bunch of websites like, oh, I wonder what they've posted. Let's see.
Dead
No, it's pilot, normal. Episode 1, Deontay Mel. All right, cool. Episode 2, Dead Babies. Okay, well, you know what? Listen.
We're a gender reveal page.
Yeah, you try to put the
I don't think I
trans,
want to sponsor
non-binary
you
babies.
anymore.
Yeah, so pretty much what I read was that the whole difference between gender and sex,
I hear
how they should be named sex reveal parties
I
instead
like sex. I
of
don't care about my gender.
instead of gender reveals because the baby has to choose the
Would
gender.
you date the trans
No,
person?
the baby is not a person.
When the
at
baby's
that
5
point.
years old. When I was 5 years old, I wanted to change my name from Luke to Anakin Skywalker. So I don't think you can trust a baby to pick its own gender.
When I was
When
5
he's
years
right.
old, I shit my pants
Exactly.
and ate it.
Hey, what do you have between your legs? Penis or vagina? Penis boy, vagina girl. Boom.
Wait, hold on.
What if
Solution
you have a
for
sex
everything.
change? What if you have a sex change?
Yes, 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 yes.
If you get a sex change, then like whatever you become, then you're fucking. If you're a girl,
That's
change
what
to.
you
Wait, I have a
What if
question.
it's
If you get a
both?
sex change, you get your testicles
Oh,
put
no,
like
see, but
Well, the thing is
that's,
that- no,
that's a rare
no,
case.
no.
I believe there are technically 4 genders. Just to
That's,
fucking
that's what I'm saying.
yeah. So there's
There
male,
are two.
female, hermaphrodite, because that
Yes,
is a
yes.
rare
Or
case.
neither.
But that is that's biologically
No,
you
neither
know,
is not a
possible.
fucking gender.
No, if you're not born with genitals.
what the fuck?
I've
No,
actually never
then
heard
they
of that.
get
It's
they
just
actually.
flat. I was
no,
gonna, I was gonna say the 4th one was for.
You mean Deontay?
I was gonna say the 4th gender was anybody who's a trans.
Hey,
no, because
That's not
technically
Like
that's
she,
not
male,
a
he,
gender.
he, she, you know that sort of shit.
Yeah,
But
my
There's
gen-
two genders.
my
Changed
dick
my
looks
mind.
like
I'm sorry, but
Voldemort's
there's
nose.
literally
There are
two
2 genders: boy, girl. No, nothing else.
Wait, what about the hermaphrodite?
Well,
See?
no, hermaphrodites is technically
Maybe
actually
choose
scientific.
one.
Hermaphrodite is like something-
scientific. It's
Okay.
scientific. You can be born with both, but it's extremely
But then
rare.
you only end up with one of them.
Wait,
Yeah.
You only end up with one
Can
of
you
them. But
fuck
yeah,
yourself?
well,
Yeah,
Wait,
no,
would
no,
you keep
no.
the vagina or dick? Because how would that work?
Probably the
I would
Probably
say
you'd
I
probably
would.
keep the vagina.
No, the vagina's gonna be on the bottom. Then
So
the
wait,
dick's gonna be
my
on
que-
the-
wait,
whatever
my
one's
question
more
is,
dominant,
if
they
you're
keep.
hermaphrodite,
Whatever one's more
do you
dominant, they
have
keep.
tits?
I mean, you could.
Would you have tits half?
I'm
Wait, would you have 3
uncomfortable.
tits?
Hey, did you know we're the only
Oh, God.
mammals we're the only mammals that keep our tits?
Really?
Yeah, just imagine a female
No
squirrel
way.
with tits.
Yeah, you're
That would
right.
be
Like,
weird,
it's
wouldn't it?
fucking big
Females
and
call
broad.
Lolly.
Yeah, we're the only mammals I think that keep their.
Oh my god,
their
I saw
breasts.
this thing on Instagram just to point out. Where do hamsters live outside of pet stores?
Hell. Dead.
Is there a
Oh,
my
surgery?
toilet.
Snake,
I
snake,
don't know.
snake.
That is a good question, actually.
Yeah, where the
Uh,
fuck?
so
Let me
would
look
they,
it up.
Would they still be
A hole in the
hamsters, or
wall.
would they just become prairie dogs at that point? Because isn't a prairie dog like
Yeah.
a bigger?
Yeah, but like, wouldn't the hamster eventually grow?
What about a guinea pig?
If that was
Do
if that
I
were
look
to be
like a
true.
hamster expert?
Yeah, you
I'm
do,
just
you look like
saying,
a
like,
hamster
isn't it
man.
something
Well,
to
no,
think about?
then-
Like,
then
where
you
the
know
fuck
what?
did
Okay,
you see a
okay,
hamster?
okay. They are discovered. First hamster were discovered in
Guinea, I think.
Syria, though they also live in Greece, Romania, Belgium, and northern China.
Are they
In the
wild?
wild, they live in warm, dry areas like steppes and sand dunes and of the edges of the deserts.
The edges. Like
So are they? They don't. They're obviously probably not.
Here.
There's 20
predators,
species
huh?
of hamsters that are related
They're
to
the natural
voles,
predator.
lemmings, and mice.
hunt.
They hunt lions.
They hunt the
Look
snake.
at the hamsters in packs.
And
They're
the Rex
hunting
eats
the lion.
it.
Going in for the attack.
They're
I-
going in for the shot.
I have a question.
I have a
What?
question
Shots
too.
in
Is there surgery to get your nipples removed?
Yes.
Yes.
There's surgeries for everything, Dylan. Name something just completely random and innate.
Nipple anti-sex.
Make my
hermaphrodite
clitoris
surgery.
enlarged.
Supreme,
Dylan, yeah,
Lochos,
you
Nochos,
can. You can.
Nacos.
Because if you
Supreme.
get like breast implants or something, or if they get like any
breast
surgery on
implants.
your chest whatsoever, they
Always
they
spew to the
can
top.
take off your nipple and like
Can I-
replace it. They can like put
Oh,
it
by the way,
somewhere
we
else.
passed
Can
an
we- can we
hour.
talk
We
about
passed
that?
an hour, by the way.
When you're doing like when you're doing a breast transplant, you know what really sucks about that?
What?
You have like that permanent scar
Yeah.
just around
Yeah.
your
That
nipple.
that's how you could. That's why people
That really
like
fucking
can tell
sucks,
if
man.
like, they're fake or not. They just
And the fact that they don't actually jiggle properly. They're just fucking set in stone.
They just sit there.
Stagnant. They're stagnant.
Yeah.
They still move, but they're just stagnant with each other. It's
Yeah.
like,
It's like cement.
Cement, yeah.
While we're talking about pets and babies and stuff,
I don't know.
so you like
Insects.
you know how like your your pet dies and then like sometimes
course,
people
yeah.
stuff it. So do
No,
my God.
I wouldn't.
Taxidermy?
That's
Yeah,
a bit,
yeah.
That's a bit dark in my
yeah.
opinion.
So like, can you do this? Can you do do
Don't
the
say
same?
can you do the same
Can
thing
you
with
do
your
it,
baby?
Don't.
babies?
Don't.
No.
Oh my God.
Why would you do that?
I was
to a
gonna
baby?
say that.
Oh, your baby's so cute. Yeah, don't touch him. He's actually dead. It's a taxidermy. What the
Like,
fuck?
like
It's like on a wall.
just stuff a stillborn baby.
Yeah, just hanging on a coat
Instead of a
hanger. Why is your
deer-
baby on a coat hanger? It's a
I'm gonna skin
taxidermy.
my
Where else
baby
to
and
put
make
'em?
it a coat.
Oh my
A
God.
coat? What do you mean, like a fucking sleeve? Because
No,
it's
no,
all
for
the
my
baby's
next
gonna
job,
fit.
For my next
No,
job.
No, a
like
hat.
Like
A condom.
Oh my God.
No.
My baby's skin is a condom.
Just as a reminder to not have another one.
Wait, would that? Would
Oh my
that be,
God.
like, would you go to jail? Because you're like basically fucking your
I don't
I
really
would say,
care,
unfortunately, Dead Babies is like the leading name of the podcast. This is unfortunate.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
calling
not
it Dead
good.
Babies.
Okay.
No, we're not.
We call
Um,
it anti-dead babies.
Do we? This is kind of a hot take. I'm not sure if it is or not,
I
depending on
think-
how many people actually agree with it. But is breakfast for dinner an actual dinner?
Yes.
No.
If anything,
Depends.
anything
Yeah.
you eat,
Depends.
I mean,
Eggs?
Literally anything you eat at night could be considered dinner.
Well, I
That-
mean,
Unless-
is it like
unless
a
you
good
cons-
dinner?
I'm not even kidding.
mean,
For the past
Alright,
like
first,
few
like-
nights, I've actually been having cereal like
this
late
is,
at
this
fucking
is just
night.
me. This is just
Yeah.
me.
Healthy.
Breakfast is my favorite meal. Literally, there is nothing better than a big plate of
Oh.
bacon, eggs, toast with pancakes.
Aren't
on
you
the
a
side.
lucky fuck?
Nothing better.
Dylan
Nothing.
hates
Don't
bacon.
you
Bacon's
have
gross.
money?
Hey,
Bacon's
hey,
not
aren't
gross.
you a lucky
Gross.
fuck?
I say
You get
lu-
to
I say
eat
lunch is
breakfast.
pretty good
You can
because
eat breakfast too,
anything-
you lazy
any-
fuck.
Really, anything you can have for lunch, you can have for dinner, basically.
And
Well,
anything
that
you
would
have
just.
for
But,
bre-
does,
and anything you have for
but does that
breakfast.
become dinner?
Well, my question is
Whoa.
breakfast
Brunch?
food
There's
a good
brunch.
dinner? Like, is that?
Why?
It's not
Is
a
it good
healthy
dinner?
dinner if you
I
have
mean,
cereal because it's all sugar.
if it's like
Because
you
I
get your
personally,
iron
I
in.
personally
You
go
get
to
your iron
IHOP
in.
late at night, like with my friends. Like I don't actually go.
You don't
There's,
invite us?
huh? No, I go to
You
friends from work.
stupid bitch. Little thought friends.
with my friends from work. So
Why
Yes,
identify as a
studying.
girl?
I go there a
identify as
lot
girl.
at like
Studying.
9 o'clock at night.
We
So
doing
that's like
step,
late to
bro.
be
Sucking each other's
dinner.
Biting nips off.
Yeah, but IHOP also sells stuff that isn't just pancakes.
Kenzie had the secret life. What?
They have wigs.
Kenzie does.
They have wigs.
Oh, you do?
If you think about it, this is actually something that we were talking about. In
Hey,
film.
what
in-
what would
in
be
film as
considered
well.
a brunch meal?
crepes.
No, crepes are gross.
creepies.
Crepes are good. Crepes and like. Oh,
I was
so-
talking to Miss. You guys know Miss Talbot. I was talking to Miss Talbot about this. I was in
Mm.
film as Liz. She was talking about how like every single person in every aspect of their life has two different lives. They have their personal life, the thing everybody else sees. Then they have their private life, the stuff that they do on their own that not everybody else sees. Would you guys consider that to be true? Like you guys all have like your school,
Yes,
your
most
school
definitely.
personality,
Yes.
your,
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck
Everybody
Like-
has different personas.
Like wait, do
Hell
you guys
yeah.
remember when you guys first met me? You guys like saw like I never said a curse word in school. I was so
yeah.
quiet, and I get home
You
and
were
I'm
so polite,
screaming.
so
and I was
quiet.
No, I have an
cursing.
example of
Oh,
this.
baby
I have an example of
Colin.
this. Listen.
Oh yeah, GTA.
When I was like when Colin first moved here, I'm like, hey, what's your name,
Oh
bro?
yeah,
He's like,
we met
it's
in our
Colin."
class.
Oh,
What's your name, bro?
hey, bro, you got an
What's your name?
Xbox?
Why are
Like,
you
yeah.
making your own voice deeper?
Yeah, what
Yeah,
the fuck?
it's your
His
voice.
voice, you
No,
little
okay,
pussy.
look,
His
look,
voice was
no,
actually
I'm just-
higher.
I'm just.
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't know why it
making
went
fun of
down.
myself.
It should go higher.
Now
Make
then,
it fun of yourself.
I,
It should go
at this
higher.
point, I think Colin.
Fuck you.
I think of Colin like being timid and shy. I'm like, okay, I'll just play with him to make just be friends with him. We get like literally the first one we play, we do a heist. We fail the first heist. He literally screams, "No!" I'm like, what the fuck?
I also the thing is that when Sean and Dylan first interacted for the first time, Dylan thought he was gonna hate Sean because like Sean
I had my hand in my
Dylan
pants.
was playing like Call of Duty Black Ops 3 like a long time ago. No.
Yeah, Sean had his hand in his
Yeah.
pants the entire time.
Okay, no,
So
no.
it's like, this is really weird. I
No,
don't know.
no,
I don't know about this kid.
no. When Dylan first interacted with Sean, it was over like PlayStation. They were playing Call of Duty.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Sean destroyed Dylan, and Dylan was like, "I'm gonna hate this kid."
I was in 5th grade too. You got fucked
And
up
now
by a
they're
5th
gay.
grader.
Okay. Whoa.
Hey.
Wait, what? I missed it.
So.
Oh, they couldn't see it, but Dylan just shot up from his seat and proceeded to put Sean
In a headlock.
It's because he likes it.
It's my kink.
Okay.
Yeah, I know him so well now. We're
Yeah, see, no,
practicing
here's the
together.
thing that's weird about that. See, I didn't know that because the only time I've ever known Dylan and Sean together, they've always been like pretty fucking close.
Yeah.
Which is
gay
weird
very,
because
A little
very
too
close.
close,
this
perhaps.
is
They
is
call
quite
themselves
funny.
gay
This
cunts.
is the same thing for a few people I've met. Actually, for a lot. Actually, no, I would say everybody in my life
Everyone.
I've hated until I get to know them.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
not
Wow.
kidding.
Yeah.
So
You
basically,
hated Colby?
here's what's funny. When I first met Deontay, it was in football practice.
No.
Oh,
Well, what do you what
Wait.
cunt?
Hang
What?
on, hang on. I'm sorry to interrupt.
In sixth grade.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think that's actually a good thing to talk about. How everybody should go around the room and say like what our initial thoughts of each other were.
Oh, that sounds fun.
So,
All right, so
Luke, you can go first because you're already
no,
starting.
let's do it with Deontay. So what were you about to say,
Yes,
Deontay?
go
I
around
said
the room.
technically the first time we met is when I stabbed you in the arm with a pencil.
No, that was after.
Oh, that was after.
That was hard after.
I thought that was sixth
The
grade.
Hard.
squad
Definitely
started
I'm
essentially like
probably
I just saw how I remember we all met.
No, I didn't.
This is how I remember I came into the
No,
group.
no, no. We can get into that because we already did that last podcast.
We did?
Yeah.
No, we did about Miss Masoni's room. Okay.
Yeah,
We're
it's
talking about
I
how
think
we
the
all met.
pilot.
Yeah,
That was the pilot
it
because
was
that
in
was
the pilot.
like the
Oh,
We
I
all
guess I'm
talked
stupid
about
then.
How it started and we were 3 years ago in English class. Yeah, we were.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess I'm
Yeah, but,
stupid
like-
then.
You're not
Yeah,
stupid.
look,
You're
I'm
gorgeous.
I'm pretty
guys
sure
are fucking around
that
with
was in
things.
sixth grade though. I didn't
Alright,
play
well,
football in sixth grade.
Either way, whatever. So, the first impression I remember having with Deontay was I was in football, and we were in a warm up line. We were doing sprints and shit. And this kid behind me taps me on his shoulder. I turn around, and when I was a kid, I was always quite quiet. I kept to myself.
How old were
because
you?
I don't fucking remember.
You're like 12, 13.
I was young.
You should write this down in your diary.
So I don't have
It is in his diary.
I have 5 diaries.
So, and then I remember him talking about some video he was watching of Abraham Lincoln. It was a funny video, apparently. It might have been by Epic Rap Battles of History.
No,
Oh my
it wasn't.
God.
It wasn't. It was this freaking dude who like rapped every single president like in order.
That's probably what it was.
That's how you know every president in order, Deontay?
So
Of
he was
course,
like
rap.
talking to me, and and after he starts talking, I literally turn around. He's still talking even after I turn around. I'm not even acknowledging him. He's still talking. We go through the warm up lines. We finish sprints. I'm on the sideline drinking water before we start again. Fuck kid walks up to me again, continues to talk. At this point, I'm like, dude, leave me the fuck alone. So then I don't pretty much interact with him until we get to high school. But all through football, all through middle school, I dead ass thought Deontay had autism, like severe
I don't
What's
blame you, bro.
retardation,
bro.
and I hated him
Why'd you hate him so much?
because he was so fucking annoying.
And?
He
And
still
I
is.
had no
still am.
tolerance.
He's so nice.
I had no tolerance for anybody
Love you,
when I
Deontay.
was a kid. Absolutely none. And so now in high school, I meet him in freshman year. I'm chilling in English, and
video,
and
he's
then
still
and then
laughing.
you know, fucking, I had been playing football with him for a little while, so it was whatever. I already knew who he was. And then somehow I don't remember how we all ended up becoming friends. I'm pretty sure it was through Kenzie, because I remember I had told the story in English. Kenzie texted me, on Instagram. And that was like, this was in high school, and I didn't really have many friends going to high school. I had like basically just Paulo, Aaron, and Liam.
I had 0.
That was literally all I had.
You just moved
Yeah, you just moved from fucking Texas.
I just had
So-
Kenzie. That's it.
So I saw somebody named Kenzie Dalmazio text me like, oh, it's a girl.
Fuck yeah.
I was like, girl, that's weird. And then I remember
What
like,
was your
but
first
before-
thought? What
before-
was your first thought
before
when
I
you
even-
texted me?
Before I even looked at the message, I clicked on her profile and I was like, well, I wonder if she's hot. That was the first thing.
I mean, that's basically every
That was-
other dude.
That was the first. I didn't even look at the message she sent. I just clicked on the profile. And then I looked. She said something like, "Oh, I heard the story in English. That was really nice." And we were texting. And then I went to class. And then blah blah blah. Throughout the year, then I was talking with Deontay, and that's when Deontay met Mel. Deontay was dating somebody else before he started dating. Mel.
No, what-
But
what-
I,
what-
but
oh,
I
wait.
fucking also I fucking hated Mel. Because Mel, when she came to the school, was so unnatural because she was trying to fit in so goddamn much.
Wait,
The jokes were
where were
so
you from?
unnatural.
I love porn.
Ohio or something?
She
Yes,
came from
so is your
Maryland, right?
mom.
Didn't you come from Maryland?
See,
No,
I've
was it
come,
Ohio?
I came from
No.
so many fucking states. I can't remember. It was
Yeah.
like Chicago.
You were born in like the.
I was born on the
Yeah.
Four Corners.
So like fucking Mel would tell the most annoying fucking jokes in my opinion. and it just got really fucking annoying.
Yeah, but
and
you shut the fuck up,
she,
Luke.
and she would no, because you would say like the weirdest shit. You still do, but
Yeah.
it's just normal now.
She's just here at this point.
Yeah, right.
She's along for the ride.
I just
What
like
And
horny
then
fuck.
somehow we all ended up being seated together. I remember I was to the right, I was to the left of Kenzie, and Deontay was on the other side of her, and then Dylan and
And-
Mel and Deontay were on the.
No, wait,
Weren't
no.
you
I know the
behind?
exact seating chart.
Wait,
You
was this in
you were-
English?
You were in front of me.
This matters. This
Colin-
matters.
I was on the other side, like
Yeah,
of the
Dylan
classroom.
was behind me, and Kenzie was on the opposite side of the room, or some shit like that.
No. But in the
And then,
beginning,
like,
in the
when we-
beginning of the year, I was in the beginning of the year. I was talking about like the
Yeah,
very beginning.
yeah,
No, the very beginning. I remember Kenzie was right behind me.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
behind you and Deontay.
Yeah, I was
And
behind.
then it was Dylan
yeah.
and Colin that were on the other side.
And then
Exactly.
Mel,
And then Mel
came.
ended
Dylan
up
and
going
I
on the other
actually
side.
knew each other from Spanish class. Like we
Spanish.
sat next to
See.
yeah we sat next to each other
and
through that
we all just
horrible
happened to be
horrible
in the
year.
same English class,
That
so
was
it's just like,
such a
and we all
bad
ended
year.
up
I
getting-
hated
We all
it.
were pretty much sitting next
In
to each other for
Spanish.
the most part.
And it was a small class too, so it was very like
See,
everybody knew everybody pretty well.
I never hated Dylan because Dylan was just honestly pretty damn chill. He still is.
Yeah.
Colin, I just thought
Ah.
Colin was
Oh,
super
too chill.
fucking
Oh.
awkward.
I
And-
know.
and
I
co-
still
con-
am awkward. I
conversation-
still am awkward.
Yeah, it was the conversation with Colin was always just so like,
It's like I don't know what to say. I'm from Texas, and you guys
Yeah,
all
right.
like
which was
Colin's
which
just
was
very
totally
shy.
which is totally
Oh, yeah.
understandable. And then came fucking Sean.
I never said a word.
Oh,
to
Sean
Sean
Colin.
is.
I
a-
still
Mm.
I still have Sean under my contacts in Snapchat
as a
as
annoying cunt or
as
something.
gay cunt I don't like.
Oh.
Because when he was
He's
when
just
he
gay
was
cunt for me.
we
He
had
hated, dude. Luke hated
Oh my
Sean.
God.
for a
Sean's
while.
Snapchat
hated
default
He
name
was
is
like,
Dick
this kid's so
Choker.
fucking annoying. He's only like 13. Like,
I
why
was
is he
under
with
that.
our? Like, he was so mad.
Yeah, because he was in our
in fifth
chat that
grade.
we made, and I remember he kept sending really fucking annoying memes. He was barely ever in
No,
the chat.
Sean
I
never
loved
said.
it.
Sean
You would
never
s-
sent me. Sean just said annoying shit.
Oh, okay. Well, either or. Oh no, it was Tyler that sent really, really stupid memes. Yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Sean would just say the weirdest shit, and it was so fucking annoying. And I kept trying to figure out who he was and why he was added. So I was like, Kenzie, who the fuck's this Sean person? And Kenzie's like, oh, that's Colin's brother. And I'm like, why the fuck is he in the
Well,
chat?
I remember I asked
How
if
old
everyone
is
could
he?
give me in the chat.
Oh, because I didn't read that. That's
Oh.
why I was so
9.
confused. Cause so I asked Kenzie, and she's like, "Oh yeah, he's like 12 or 13." I'm like, "Why? What the fuck? Why is he in the chat?"
Well, then because then Sean also has the sense of humor of a 20-year-old.
Exactly.
Yeah, Sean's
But-
very advanced.
But,
Yeah.
but not in a good way.
No.
Oh, no,
Well,
we
like
love
it's
Sean.
it's in a
Yeah,
funny
no,
way though.
Sean's great now, but it's like the first time we ever went over Colin's house, I remember meeting Sean. I'm like, "Oh, this is a fucking mess." We were playing, I think, Cards Against Humanity upstairs or something, and he was playing. And I remember sitting there like, I really don't want to be
wanna
here right
pound this
now.
kid's face
I
in.
want to fucking punch him. And then I don't end up knowing over time, but over time I was like, Sean's actually quite fine. I really
Mhm.
actually like Sean. So
Okay.
It took a year.
Well, that's everybody.
yeah, it took a year.
took a year.
Well,
I
uh,
think my
Oh, and as far as David goes, David's great. David's always
Yeah.
great.
And then-
David's a cool boy.
What do you think about? What was your first impressions about everyone?
so
Kenzie?
I'm just gonna go around the table
I'll
quickly.
put my mic down because my arm hurts.
I'll save Deontay
Just
for
put it
last.
on the
'cause-
stand.
'Cause I'll save Deontay for last because that's like the most I would probably talk about. So pretty much Luke, like he already addressed. I had texted him on Instagram, saying like, "Oh, that was like a good conversation everybody had in class." Blah blah blah. And then we were talking from there. We became friends. And then Sean, again, like he already brought up, we met Sean. It was great. He was surprisingly very funny and not like the younger sibling that I want to kill and like strangle. Like, but
I did.
Sean was a very like he was still mature, but he was still like
I was
his
not
immature
mature.
self. Like he was mature, being funny. It was like pretty much he naturally fit in. So like the age didn't really matter at any point. He's not like the annoying little sibling that like everybody hates and like doesn't want to hang out with. But I actually do enjoy him being in the group. Colin, I right off the bat noticed Colin being very, very, very shy. He sat right next to the teacher in English. He was very like on top
Oh
of his
my
work.
You're a
He was
pet.
a
No, it
teacher's
was
pet.
not a teacher's pet.
Colin.
Actually,
He was
I
just
didn't say
very
a single
silent.
word. Huh?
So Colin was very like he was
remember.
very shy, and I was
I
like, all right,
didn't
this
say a
kid's
single
like,
word all freshman year until we
Yeah.
met,
This
like at
kid's
all. I didn't say a single word. And
yeah.
during lunch, I didn't say a
You're a
single
pet.
thing. I didn't say a single word.
That's how you passed freshman
Mhm.
year, isn't it? You're a pet. You
So he was very
Mm.
shy.
You mean
so
my
I was like,
pet.
oh, I probably won't end up talking to this kid much, but he seems like pretty fun, whatever. And then Dylan and I met in 6th grade. Dylan and me and this boy named Shaquille. We formed a little. Yeah, Shaquille was awesome. We formed a little squad. Me and Shaquille had like a weird little dating relationship. It was so weird though because it was middle school. But then
doesn't count.
so it was like
Doesn't
I remember one day where Shaquille got like mad at Dylan because I got glasses, and then he was like, "You didn't tell her that her glasses looked cool, Dylan." god, like it was such a middle school argument.
And
Until I was
it's funny
like,
'cause
oh,
Dylan
I'm
has
sorry.
glasses now.
Until I was like, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
like kids,
faggot.
your glasses are cool. And I'm like, thanks,
Four
Dylan.
eyes,
You acquire
clear.
you acquire technology to see.
Yeah, for
Faggot.
as for Dylan and me, I met him in 6th grade,
I
but we
don't
didn't
get
actually.
glasses till like after like mid freshman year.
Yeah.
I
I
have
started
glasses,
wearing
but I choose
glasses
not
like
to wear 'em.
3rd fucking grade.
Listen, let me tell you.
Yeah, you
I
just
don't-
didn't.
As
I
a
don't wear
very
Yeah, I
glasses.
just never wore 'em.
No,
As-
no,
as- hold
no.
on.
Remember they broke once, and then you had to use. Then you didn't even get
Remember
contacts
Deontay
for
fucking
Spanish
shit
class.
on
You had to
me.
copy off
So
my
I
work.
got a brand new pair. Really excited about it.
It was
Go to
dark
the park.
outside.
So going.
As a very straight male, Dylan with glasses, you look like a whole snack.
With that new haircut.
Oh, fuck.
You just ripped them off.
Oh,
You ripped them
man.
off. So yeah, so kind of going back to Dylan. I met him in 6th grade. We became friends, and then fucking high school, everybody all formed, so everybody was talking more with one another.
Yeah.
And then
Who's
Melody.
the first one to come over?
Me.
Shut up, Sean.
The person who
And
lives
then
here.
as
I think
for
I
Melody,
It was
Oh,
definitely
yeah,
Dylan.
yeah, it was
Dylan.
Dylan.
That
'Cause
was
like,
Dylan.
oh yeah, then we had the grape toe incident. I'll get into that like later.
a grape toe.
The I'll get it. I'll get into that.
All right,
What's my
yeah, get
turn?
into that later. I've never heard
That
that
was
story.
really
Remember when Deontay lost
Anyway.
his sock?
So
I do.
we
Oh,
still
yeah,
have
no,
not found
no.
it.
I grabbed it and I chucked it and we never found it.
I
Threw it
didn't
into
lose
the
it,
tree.
You fucking lost it.
No, we were on the.
It was my stock.
Well,
You
I'll get it.
lost
I'll also get into that
I
later.
swear I got stuck in a tree.
So
It did.
No,
yeah,
no,
so
we
then-
looked for like 4 months.
Melody
took
also
my phone
showed
with
up
a
in
music
our English class, and I was like, oh wow, it's like the first black girl I've seen like in our
Ever.
entire grade. Awesome.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
cool. And then she was Micaiah too, but I didn't see Micaiah too often, and I don't think I had any classes with her. So I was like, wow, like one of the only black girls in our grade. This is gonna be fun. And so
Oh, and also you hated all the girls in our English. You said that multiple times. That you
Yeah.
didn't like any of the
I'm
girls in our
sorry,
English.
like if
Bitches.
anyone, like they're not even gonna listen to this. But
Stacy
if
is
you
such a
are, I'm
whore.
sorry, but you guys are fucking annoying. I'm sorry, but you guys were. I mean, but then
Were?
again, so were we, so I can't really
Oh
complain.
no, we were. I think the only girl in that class that was Tatum was in that class, wasn't she?
Tatum was
I
cool.
really
Tatum's a
like
whole
Tatum. Tatum is
snack.
super chill.
Yeah, she's funny.
Tatum is so down to earth.
She's
Oh,
like,
wait.
she's in my algebra 2 class right now. She's not a bad person by any means, but sometimes she just starts like everyone like getting
How I
talking
feel
shit.
is-
and then,
Oh
like,
god,
she
this went to
just starts
talking shit.
doing-
No,
I'm not-
rewind.
I'm really not.
Rewind.
I'm really not. If you are listening to this, I do not like.
No,
you.
she's funny.
I
If
am
you
not
are listening
trying
to this,
start
Tatum,
shit.
we never talk ever.
I do not
Ola.
watch no beef.
So yeah, so
Fight
going
me.
like kind of going back to Modi, yeah, she was obviously I was like, oh right, it's cool, another black girl. But then I didn't expect to actually be friends with her until she started talking to Deontay, and I was like, all right, well if she's talking to Deontay, then I might as well talk to her because Deontay's my best friend. And then which brings me last to Deontay, which I met in 5th grade because he showed up to the school, and I was like, fuck yeah, this kid looks awesome. But the funny thing about Deontay is he was such a good little Christian boy that would not swear, and I was like, fuck no,
It
we're gonna
wasn't
break that show.
It wasn't
Me-
that. I
wait,
made
wait.
a bet with my
He
brother.
still doesn't swear that much.
Yeah, he does. What the fuck?
I've never heard Deontay swear.
Me
when
and
I
Sean
play PlayStation
Palumbo.
with
little
Deontay, he
pussy.
says some shit.
Me and Sean Palumbo, we had like
I say
a
worse.
thing where we were like, we're gonna like make this kid swear. Like everybody in our class, we're like, we're gonna make this kid swear, and then we eventually did. But Deontay
Hold on,
and me,
just because I know Moses is gonna listen to this, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Do you guys think ass is a swear?
no,
No.
It's a
Moses.
fucking donkey.
So it depends on how old you are. It depends if you're a 5-year-old saying ass. Then
No, it's a
Stupid.
no.
Bitch is bitch a bad word. Bitch is
What do
not a
you
bad
mean
word. It's a
no?
female dog.
Yes.
Ass is a donkey.
If a 5-year-old
I was
is
petting
saying
my
ass,
par-
I'm gonna
I was
slap the
petting
shit
my
out of
hairy ass.
So is no,
Hairy
no,
ass.
but no. In this,
Slap me. Well,
hold on. In
touching
this,
my
con-
hairy
wait,
pussy.
in this context, in this context, you're a dumbass. You're a jackass. Is that considered a swear, or are you just calling
like
it?
an
basically,
insult, not a
basically,
swear.
when I was
Insult,
little,
okay.
when I got to a certain age, I don't remember what age. When my mom talked to me, she said, "Okay, you can say the word stupid, but you cannot refer to something as stupid. You can't go saying you can say, oh, this is stupid, or you can't go
But
saying,
then at that
hey,
point,
hey,
it becomes an
Jimmy, you're
insult, not a
stupid.
swear.
You can't say that because that's what when I was
Like-
little, that's what my mom
My
considered a
parents used to get
bad
mad at me
word.
saying,
Obviously-
damn.
Like obviously, dumbass. It's literally. It's not
No?
severe
Okay.
at all in
Alright.
the slightest
You're really-
bit,
really
but
insulting
That's all I
them.
wanted.
it's more so of an
You're
insult than
Okay,
it is.
let's continue
swear.
on with the
Yeah,
thing
you
that
do.
because
Yeah,
let's not
so
get off topic.
pretty
Deontay,
much
it's
to-
Deontay's turn.
No, it's all good. So pretty much just to wrap that up, Deontay and I have practically been inseparable since 5th grade. And if you don't know that, well then you've been living under a fucking
Except
rock.
when the fact that you live in
Like
opposite
Patrick
houses, so
Starr.
you're separated a lot.
Oh yeah,
Haha,
well I mean
funny,
of course,
funny, ha, ha,
of
ha,
course,
funny.
of
Sorry.
course at that time. But yeah, me and Deontay. Oh, he's hugging me now. But yeah, me and Deontay have been like inseparable since 5th grade. And if we don't get best boy and girlfriend,
You won't.
No.
In the yearbook, then
gonna
I'm
be
calling
some
hacks.
popular kid.
You hard
Yeah.
won't. Me and Deontay, we should
Like
go
a
for
kid you
best
never
male
heard of.
friends.
Yeah.
I would like to
Should do
go as best boy and girlfriends because
about
Deontay and I
trans?
How do you
are
do
inseparable.
Go for
that?
the trans.
How do
I
you
That
don't
can
know.
be Dylan
Because
I think-
and me.
I never
We'll
understood how you
figure
do
it
that
out.
in Europe.
Imagine if I would imagine if you go to like school functions and shit, and you're always
Would
like
you
next
like
to
to
each
go to
other,
the balls
talking
with
to
me,
each
Colin?
other.
I would love to go to the
It-
prom with you,
it's all
Dylan.
teachers' pets that
Which
win
we-
That's
anyway.
true.
The best trans dating.
Oh, you know what's the worst thing in the yearbook? You know what's dumb in the yearbook?
What?
Okay.
The whole
Couples that
the-
should
the-
have
yeah,
been.
the couples that should
should
have
have been, but
That's so
weren't.
fucking
Yeah, that's
because
fucking
it's
weird.
always two people
It's
that
weird.
that are dating somebody else.
And and then like let's say they're both friends with each other,
That's
and
fucking
or they're-
weird.
like their boyfriend or girlfriend are
No,
friends with
no,
each
it's
other.
Deontay
oh,
holding
shit.
a hand of a JPEG that says girl from Middletown.
For anybody
no,
who
it's
doesn't,
like it's just
yeah.
like 404 image shot found. It says girl from
For anyone who
Middletown.
doesn't know, while we were at a carnival one time, Mel didn't go. I made up a really convoluted story that Deontay met a girl from Middletown that he knew from his childhood at the carnival, and then he got a quickie from her. And I told Mel that, and she really overreacted and didn't realize it was a joke, and
No,
then
I did
almost threatened
not.
to break up with Deontay,
Mhm.
which I feel horrible about, but now it's just funny.
Oh yeah.
No, it's not funny. It's just
It's
complete-
pretty
it's-
damn.
no,
Mel, do you
when he
think it's
first
funny?
did it, I was like super
do
pissed.
I think it was funny?
No, do you think it's funny now? I'm
Now,
saying.
now, in present.
Not because honestly, if I did do it, you know, I would have like just straight up gone and dated
Hey, that's
somebody
okay.
else.
I saved you.
Oh.
Hey,
Jeez.
well,
Okay.
first
Wow.
hey,
Oh,
Wow.
all right.
Wow.
I mean,
Hey.
shit to you.
Someone,
Okay.
someone killed your dad. You're gonna kill someone else's dad.
Make
Hey,
this
hey.
freak out my dad.
Hey, to be fair, when Mel smoked weed that one time and you two got into a quarrel,
Mm.
I did mend some strings.
No, you
When
should.
this
You just shouldn't have told Deontay that I took like 5 hits.
I
fucking
didn't
bitch.
tell Deontay.
Yes, you
That was
did.
that cunt.
What did I do?
We pointed to Dylan.
You gave her
Dylan!
You gave her the fucking weed, you normie.
Normie.
She
Fucking
hit it
Norm.
herself, knowing that she'd
I
get.
can't hear you when you
Yeah.
do that.
She also hit it herself, saying that she would only take one hit. Then she was like, this is pretty good.
10 seconds, bro.
Yeah, right.
You know,
You know it's hitting when
I gotta open a window. It's
All
too
right, so
fucking
actually, all
hot.
right, so let's go on to Deontay. Deontay, what was your first impressions of everybody?
Okay, I guess I'll just go around and I won't even going around. I'm gonna start with Sean.
Yes. Okay.
I'm going to go in order by like the people that I've had the least thing with. Like Sean, I met you last, and when I first met you, I'm like, oh okay, he's just Colin's brother. He seemed fine. Then like he just started to talk more, and I just started laughing at his jokes more. I'm like, okay, shit. I guess he's pretty funny. And like he just I don't know, man. It's like he clicked, and I respect
He was
him
very
as a
like
man
moderate
of
with
his
everybody, to be honest. Nobody
was.
like loved him. Nobody hated him,
I hated
except
him
for
at
Luke.
first.
For his
I
first bit.
loved
First.
Sean.
Well, everybody was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this." Pretty much on behalf of, I think I could speak.
So you would say everybody was kind of neutral?
Yeah, like he was pretty fine with everybody. Like everyone
Yeah.
expected him to be annoying, but he really wasn't that bad.
I met Deontay first out of everyone here, by the way.
No, you met Sean first.
No, Sean,
Yeah.
fuck you. You don't count.
All right, then I guess David's
was an
next
accident.
because I didn't when David got inducted into the group. I'm like, wait, why? Who's this? And like, oh, his name's David.
You
Like,
didn't know David?
No, I didn't. I
Oh,
didn't
man.
really know David up until like freshman year because that's when he got in the group.
Same.
Like he was in our science, but I didn't know who he was.
Yeah, I knew he was. Cause I used to like
I
hang
knew
out
his
with Brandon.
name through Lucas, but
Yeah.
like besides that, I didn't know anything about him. Then like a year in, when we're all no, not really a year in, but like he just starts like how do you say
Talking?
it? No, yes, talking.
Yes.
The shit I can't do.
Yeah.
But basically, when he just started like putting some like memes in chat, I'm like, what the where the fuck does he get these shit?
It's funny.
And
big
like
fish
he
dot com.
just starts calling himself Dende. I'm like, wait,
Yep.
Dende from
Oh
Dragon
my
Ball?
god!
I-
Then he made
I-
the legendary Dende
I
Sucklord
thought-
account
Yeah, no,
on
no.
I thought
Instagram.
that Dende like was
Meant dick?
something that meant like something about Deontay. Like it thought it
Oh.
was like
No.
another way of saying
Yeah.
like I was like poking fun at
Then I,
Deontay.
then I asked him like, bro, you watch Dragon Ball? I was like, yeah. I'm like, oh shit, me too. And then like we just started like watching fucking Dragon Ball and shit. I'm like, oh my
Oh,
goodness,
so
I
cute.
love this man.
Did you guys have a little quickie?
You know it.
Girl from Middletown.
girl.
Oh, yeah.
See?
Middletown.
See, yeah, you said it, not me.
That was my dad, Middletown girl.
You said it, Luke.
Alright.
I heard you.
Then let's go on to
really third
Dylan.
based
I
it.
met
Wait,
met.
what about Mel?
Mel.
He,
How
he-
Let me go in order.
Why don't you suck my fucking
Oh.
pussy?
Not a fucking
Alphabetical.
order. God.
This is
Wait,
taking
wait,
a lot
wait,
longer
you
than I
just
thought it was
said
gonna
let me
take.
go in order. It's not in order.
It's
That's
not
what
in
just
this
came out
order.
with.
I cannot speak.
Okay.
This is
Dylan.
taking a lot longer than I thought it was.
Yes.
Let's
Who
wrap it
cares?
up quicker.
No,
Okay.
we're
Okay,
fine.
Dylan. I met you in 6th grade. Like we were because you did Trek, right? Yeah. Yeah, I met you in Trek. I'm like, oh, what's up, bro? And then like 7th grade, I started talking to you again. For some, I thought like I did something wrong because like he was like, the fuck do you want? I'm like, okay, I don't know what I did to you, but
It's because
Alright.
I wasn't a pothead.
I know, no, but like you were just like a dickhead for me for a second. I'm like, okay, what did I do to you? And then like we got the freshman year, you were in my class. I'm like, oh god damn it. Then like you started being nice again. Like, is this kid okay?
He got high.
Are you fine? And then
Then I started smoking weed.
yeah. Yeah, then he did start smoking weed. I'm like, okay,
You're
this
only
guy
cool
seems
if you
pretty
smoke
good.
weed.
When did you first smoke weed, Dylan?
6th grade.
What the
Uh,
fuck?
And then just like
Smoke?
I don't know, like
Yeah.
we just
Not
started
edible?
we just started like
No.
do stupid shit. It was like funny and like
Edibles are
okay, I respect him now and like
touch
he's
that
pretty
guy.
cool. I'm not touching anything.
I'm gonna eat you.
I bet. Okay, yeah, let's go to Colin
Oh,
next.
bro, Deontay, put your
Colin,
ass away.
as I said to Colin, as I said about him, I met him in 8th grade. I wanted to like be friends with him because like he just got here and probably doesn't know anyone. I asked if
You were
like
right.
he had any interest or any gaming things. Like he said he had an Xbox and I had an Xbox. We just fucking like played GTA for the longest time, and I just started to like really get to know him.
And I still had a higher level than you, Deontay.
Yeah, you still do. So shut up.
I'm level like 250 now.
In what,
Yeah.
GTA?
Weird
GTA.
flex, but okay.
Yeah, it's really
I'm gonna
weird.
eat
But
you.
like in the beginning of summer and freshman year, that's the first time I went to his house. I'm like, what the fuck? This kid's rich.
I'm not rich, by
Okay.
the
Can
way.
we discuss how Colin's rich?
I'm
Please?
not-
No,
Colin's
like,
fucking
please.
rich.
I am not rich.
Next episode
I am
we
not
will.
rich.
Kid, look how much shit you have in your room. You're fucking
Next
rich.
episode. But
You
then
too,
I-
Sean.
Okay,
Fuck
next
you.
you're not
episode on
rich.
the
You're
DAUQS
well
test.
off. Okay, but then we just started to like bond even more, and I'm like, okay, you're pretty cool.
Okay, I'd smash.
Yeah, it's
Smash you
Alright.
too.
Let's move on to Luke.
No, we already did
Oh
Luke.
no.
Wait, did we?
No, we didn't.
Oh, how we met? Never mind.
So
No, from
I met
Kansas perspective.
Luke.
This would have
Like,
been good
in
for the
6th
pilot
grade,
episode,
because we were
but
both-
it's all right. Never too late.
We were both on the same team. Like
Pull
in
out.
6th grade, we had teams. Like we were both on the All Stars. In the first part, I was in another homeroom, but then this faggot named Jacob Medeiros was just like, yes, he was.
no, it was special.
No, okay,
Unique,
He was
unique,
special.
unique.
He's unique. So I
Different.
asked the guidance
Unique through
counselor if I could
retarded.
switch homerooms, and she said yes. So I switched into Mr. Rod's homeroom, and Luke just so happened to be in there.
Hey, Mr. Rod.
Shout out to Mr. Rod. But basically, later on during the year, I go out to him and I try to
Hear that.
talk to him.
You're gonna
He doesn't say anything to me, and so I just start like tapping him and shit. He gets up, and I think he's gonna like, oh shit, he's gonna beat me up. So I instinctively stabbed him in the arm with the pencil,
Holy
and then
fucking
run
shit.
away.
Yeah, I still have the lead in my fucking arm, Deontay.
Actually, it's graphite.
It's graphite.
Graphic.
Deontay was trying to mark his territory. Like an animal.
But then
As he stabs the. What the fuck?
yeah,
Oh,
that's
it's
where I
still there.
stabbed him.
That's not lead. That's graphite.
Good job,
Graphic.
Deontay.
There's actually a
All right,
big
but
difference
then
in the.
Ew.
I'm just gonna skip over the seventh grade football. But freshman year, like when we started playing football, I'm like, okay, I guess he doesn't want to kill me now. Then we just started to like, our team wasn't that good at all.
Garbage.
Our team was actually garbage, but
don't
we
say
still had fun
horrible.
playing the
Bad.
game. And then like,
Shit.
I think he just started to respect me because I'm a ball size running back.
Basically, me and Deontay had played football for so long together that when it came to freshman year of high school, we played football together. The only people that really had much experience or the people that had the most experience was me and him, because Deontay, in freshman year, how many years had you been playing in freshman year?
Freshman year, I've been playing, I think, either 8 or 7, because right now this last year,
Yeah.
like when we played, was my 11th year. So like
Last year, yeah, because last year was my
or
10th.
not.
So you had, yeah.
Probably
So
not.
me and Deontay had been playing for a long ass time, and it was just like we were playing, and Deontay was the running back, I was on the line. So it was kind of just it went hand in hand because I was working a lot with him, because obviously he's running back on line, I'm blocking for him, he's running, and we did quite well when plays did work successfully, and Deontay was pretty damn good.
Mm.
So it wasn't so much that I respected you, I just kind of tolerated you.
Okay.
Because he's good at running.
Then
Like
then
we all are.
when I moved to Warren, and I figured like the sheer luck of this. I figured that I lived down the street from Luke.
Yeah, we literally lived like about 5 houses away.
Literally, like I said,
We used to.
Luke asked me, "Oh, where you moving, Warren?" Like Franklin Street. Like Franklin Street in Warren. Like, yeah, I live on Franklin Street. Like, what?
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
like we just, and then at that point,
Then I
just
figured out he had a PlayStation, and I'm like, "What do you play?" He's like, "Overwatch." I'm like, "No shit, I play a ton of Overwatch." And he's like, "No way, I just got a PlayStation and I just got Overwatch. I played it on Xbox. We should play comp." And I'm like, "Oh, this is great. This is wonderful."
He's had a huge
And then I
sweaty
just started freaking playing. I just started doing a lot of these things with him. Like we played football together. We had the same classes. We just played a lot. And then I
Yes.
figured that we really bonded as
Yeah.
friends.
So
and I could-
basically, it wasn't even like that. We both put a ton of effort into it. It kind of just happened.
Literally, the best circumstances happened to us.
Yeah,
and then we,
in
and then we
the
just
correct
used them.
accordance, just to make everything kind of just work
I
perfectly.
know. And I can view one of them as one of my best friends, including all of you. Including all of you. If y'all start saying like, oh, he's his best friend, but I'm not. Like,
No,
well,
his
well,
best friend's the
Deontay,
girl
listen.
from Motown.
The only thing I really have to say about that is thank you, and you're still a cunt.
love you too.
Love
baby.
you, Deontay.
Love you
you,
too.
Deontay.
Oh, let's go to Kenzie now. I've
No, we
known
already did.
Kenzie.
Yeah, let's go.
This year in November, I would have known Kenzie for about 7 years now.
Yup.
Damn,
Jesus Christ.
that's old.
She's literally been
They're gonna die soon.
the best friend since the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And
Almost an
I
adult.
still can't
Stroke her
believe.
ego harder.
Yeah. I still
Mhm.
can't believe that after all these years, she can like still tolerate me after all the dumb shit I do to her still.
Yeah, I'm only at 3 years and I can barely do it.
Oh yeah, but
No, she's recording.
stop.
This is all recorded, bro. Why are you recording it?
You're
Yeah,
recording.
it's already recorded.
Why
Why
not?
are you
I will.
recording a recording?
It's a sneak
They don't
peek
need-
of how
they
my
don't need to see
ego is
my
being
face.
boosted.
Drown her!
Oh my god.
Witch.
The one thing Will says.
All right,
Put the fucking carrot away, you cut.
but basically,
Waterboarder.
it's just I can't really put it into words. I still
Aw.
appreciate
Her
you.
ego's
and love
getting
you to this
bigger.
day. Like not love in that way. Love as a friend.
Aw.
Love
You
as
got
a friend.
friend zone, bitch.
Oh, it's funny. He did.
Yeah, you take that.
Yeah, let's not talking about that. I cried for 2 days. All right.
You get friend zone?
And Deontay asked Kenzie out at one point, and Kenzie laughed and said, "You're kidding, right?" And then
Wait, what?
and
No.
then friend zoned
Wait
her.
a minute, what the fuck?
And then he proceeded to cry for 2 days.
Wait a minute, what the fuck?
I
That,
only date
wait, that
whites.
happened?
Yes.
No, it didn't.
Yes, he
did.
did.
No,
I-
it didn't.
Wow,
When?
Kenzie,
Yes.
I said in
Kenzie.
7th grade, like, oh, I like you. Want to go out? I'm like, are you kidding? What?
Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Say, are you kidding?
You
Yes.
get
I
shot
didn't
down.
say that.
I'm like,
Wayne,
yes, you
Wayne,
did, Kenzie. I'm
Wayne,
like,
Wayne,
wow, okay. I mean, shit to
Wait.
you.
Does size
No.
matter?
I did not say that.
Yes, you
I did not say, are you kidding?
No, you said something like that. You said something of that manner. You didn't. Okay, you probably didn't say that.
I was
those
probably like, are
exa-
you serious?
Yes.
I was probably like that. Wait, what? No. I literally do not remember. Wait, you cried for 2 days?
Just 2 days straight. Non-stop.
I didn't go to school for 2 days. That was sad.
Oh my God.
You
I
cried?
did. wrong with you? Yeah,
I didn't know
you're
that.
a
That was
fucking
news to
bitch.
me. That was news to me, guys.
I don't know. We just got a question from Luke.
Uh,
Why does Luke say cunt so much?
That's a good question.
It's a kink.
I
it's
know,
a kinky
right?
thing.
'Cause,
Every single
uh,
time he says cunt, he nuts
Little
his
do you guys
pants.
know, Luke actually has the word cunt tattooed on his butt cheeks.
Yep, definitely. Yep.
Yep, totally true.
Left
The-
butt
the
cheek.
only-
Get
the
the word
yep.
faggot brand on my butthole.
Yeah,
That's a YouTube video.
yeah, right next to insert here with an arrow pointing down.
All right, and last but not least, this how do I describe this person? Let's see.
Your girlfriend,
Ew.
maybe? I
Hey,
don't know.
What is it?
Sean
Can I go in
Suck.
order?
No.
And events.
No.
All
Guys,
right.
this taking way too
No,
long.
it's not.
Yeah,
Who
I mean,
Yeah,
cares?
we can keep going.
Yeah.
Well, now we're 35 minutes.
Can I just let's take a little teeny tiny break from that. I actually just got a question from this kid named Sean Cabral.
Yeah.
Does size matter?
Yes, most
No.
definitely.
Depends.
Wait, who the fuck is Sean Cabral?
Some faggot, dude. I don't know.
Ah,
Apparently he's like has
Sounds like
herpes
That's funny.
and AIDS.
Oh,
He's
really?
dying. He's in the hospital dying. He's fucking.
Well, I don't know.
faggot.
Kenzie, does size matter?
He wanted to have sex
Does
with a
it?
pink Camaro.
Yikes.
Camaro?
Man,
Can we ask
man,
Colin
fucks
that
pink
question?
Dude.
Colin, does size matter?
Yeah, Colin, does size
Colin,
matter?
does size matter?
I
Yeah,
mean, we all
girthy
know you
fuck.
should know.
I'm
Yeah.
from Texas.
Everything's bigger.
And
Right.
everything is
My
bigger.
cock is 14 inches long.
You see
Every
JJ
time I
right
get in
there?
direction, I lose
See JJ
blood
right there?
flow to my
JJ's
head.
from Rhode
I
Island. That
pass
bitch is a
out.
fucking gay.
my dick gets
Rex
stuck in
is
my
from
cousin every
from
time.
Texas, and she is.
Oh, God darn night.
Oh,
No.
sh-
It slipped in. I promise.
Colin, wait. Colin, what were
Gosh
you
darn
saying?
this
I
darn thing.
fell in.
Colin, what were you saying?
Rex is from Texas. She's a girl, even though she has the biggest fucking dick for a lizard ever.
Yep.
And then we have JJ being a little bitch.
Yeah, she has the biggest dick ever.
Yes.
Not better than mine, goddamn.
And
Last
then
time I
we
was
have
talking to my
Lily.
cousin, they
Lily's
slipped
from Ohio, which makes her a fish.
God darn that thing that slipped in again. I pulled it out.
Okay, let's continue
God.
on with the whatever we were
No,
doing.
I wanted
So-
to hear Kenzie.
and it was
answer.
all
Does-
wet.
Does size matter?
And it
Kenzie?
smelled like shit.
Oh yeah, Kenzie.
My God. To be honest, yeah.
So
Mel, does size
For
matter?
Under what size is not
14 inches, okay?
Have ever like if the guy pulled out his
When I
If a
pull it
guy-
out,
if
it
a guy
takes me
pulled out his
45
dick,
seconds.
and then like, have you ever like laughed and then left?
No, because I'm not a
What?
fucking asshole. All right, but I will.
Deontay's only saying that because
See,
of
I coulda-
experiences he's had.
How long
Yes.
should it take you to
God.
pull out? Because my dick is 14 inches long. It takes me 5 seconds to pull out.
God damn.
Takes me 5
Wait,
minutes.
all right,
Honestly,
just because I want this conversation. Oh wait, no, Mel. Yeah, give us the
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah, Mel, does size
So
matter?
about size, you see,
I mean, she's only had one size.
Expose the fuck out of
eight,
Deontay.
And he's
eight
black,
inches. Okay,
so
8
big.
inches is like the biggest
I
I'll
didn't even hear
do.
what you said.
8 inches got
8
down. That's
inches
too
is the
big.
biggest I'll do. I'm sorry.
14, okay.
I
I don't
cannot
think you're
take
gonna, I don't think
dick.
you're gonna meet anybody.
I'm gonna
with
throw
an 8-inch
up.
dick anyways.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
mine's 14 inches, sweetheart.
I don't know. What about like the Indian guys on Pornhub who say, "Oh yeah, I'm an Indian. I have an 8-inch
What are
cock."
you doing, step bro?
What do you do? Oh yeah, I have the
I can
thickest
suck
ass
my
here.
own dick.
All right,
guess
so who's this conversation sucks. Who's
Kind of like my dick.
who was next talking about first impressions?
Oh, it
Can I
was
go?
Mel's turn.
Can I go?
It was Mel's
Go
turn.
ahead.
Make it quick. We're running out of time.
All right, I'll
2
make it
minutes.
real quick for you
Why are we
guys.
running out of
Colin,
time?
you suck. Sean, you can go suck my dick.
And
any
if I
day.
suck mine first, sweetheart.
Luke, look at me. Look at me in the eyes.
Hi.
Look at me in the eyes when I
I'm
say
looking
this.
at you.
I'll put it in your butt any
Okay.
day.
Kenzie.
Kenzie, you've summed it up. You suck.
my
Deontay,
She loves
Deontay, you're black, so nobody likes you. Mel, same thing with you. You're black too.
I love how you didn't say I'm rich. So that's thank
Oh
you.
well, you are. So.
No, I'm not.
Oh yeah, Colin, you're rich. You suck.
You're
Okay,
rich.
Colin, your turn.
Oh, what about Mel? We
Sorry, Mel.
What
you go.
about me, sweetheart?
Go.
Mel, get it.
No,
all
fucking
right.
say
So first impressions.
speaking to the mic.
First impressions. Dylan. I'm gonna be really honest. When I first saw you, you looked like the same kid from when I was like in Maryland that I forced myself to have a crush on.
That's weird.
Forced myself.
Force
Oh.
yourself.
You force
Yes,
yourself to have a
Because
crush on someone.
I was completely in love with the
I
idea
like
of being in
you.
love.
The guy from Maryland.
Oh.
My dick keeps
Yeah.
falling out of my sock.
Ooh, instead of girl from Middletown, it's the guy from Maryland.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, Maryland. Ooh,
Yeah,
shit.
I was
Nobody
completely,
cheated.
I was completely obsessed with the idea of being in love.
Oh.
It's a
yeah.
kinky
Do
thing.
you force yourself?
I'm gonna love this man. I'm gonna love him so
I'm
hard.
gonna
So,
suck his
uh,
dick. I
So,
promise.
so
He's great.
Dylan kind of brought back a lot of cringy
I'm not gonna stop
memories.
till I suck
So
him.
basically, Dylan, she had a crush on you.
No, I don't. No, not at
No,
all.
She's lying.
Good.
She's covering up. She actually
No, I
likes you.
fucking.
I
She
would
fu-
hope
she
not.
fucks
Dylan's a
any
little
day.
fucking cunt.
Hey,
Don't make fun of my cunt.
It
God,
smells
I
gross.
bet mine's tighter than yours.
Bro,
Oh,
let's
shit.
bet. His is the
Bet.
tightest ever.
All right, let's put
Yeah,
our
Sean
fingers.
knows.
All right,
JT
anyway.
has a tight cunt.
okay.
Yeah, Colin.
My 14-inch dick on.
You know,
Oh
you know
my
what's funny?
God.
Somebody messaged me about the podcast. Like the podcast was good. You guys just swear too much, and we just said cunt in the span. We just said like cunt 7 times in the span of literally not even 30 seconds.
Cunt, 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 cunt,
Cunt,
cunt,
cunt,
cunt, cunt, cunt.
Let's
cunt,
continue.
All right.
Let's continue.
All right.
Yes, continue, guys.
Let's
Continue.
stop.
Continue.
Anyway,
Continue along. That doesn't make any
so
sense. I'm gonna
Colin,
punch your
let's go to
cunt.
Colin.
I'm gonna
Oh
lick
my
your cunt.
God,
I'm scared.
I'm
Colin.
gonna sniff your cunt.
See, when I first saw you in the English class, I'm like, aw, look at this little fucking white little kid. This little new little kid. Because I really hated white people back then. I really
Oh,
did.
I
And
see.
the fact that I was in a
Still
white
does.
school.
She still does. Let's be honest.
Is that why you
Melody,
hate Dylan?
Melody, name one white girl that's not me that you like. Exactly.
Miss
No,
D'Angelo.
you can include her.
I
You-
love Miss
don't
D'Angelo.
like
I'm in
Kobe?
love with Miss D'Angelo. I would marry her,
The
please.
Serb woman. The Serb woman.
Mel,
Would
you
you
don't-
marry
she's
her
black.
You don't,
baby?
you don't like Kobe?
Colby Dagon?
Yeah.
Colby Gorman?
Dagon. She said white. She said white girl. I know.
Do you really
Kobe's-
do you talk to Kobe?
Colby Dag. You see, Colby is a little sweet little angel, so I can't talk to her.
You
Yeah,
talk- you
'cause,
talk to her
Mel
in
was
gym all the
made-
time.
Mel would corrupt her.
Mel
Yeah,
came
I-
out of
I
the
keep myself
devil's
censored
fucking
around her.
anus. That's where
Oh,
Mel
you,
came
you,
from.
You censor yourself around her?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't. It's perfectly fine. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
So
I listen
Colin.
to myself.
I didn't really know
Dick.
a lot about you until like I was added into the group chat, and then I was like super angry because you guys would like go out without me, even though I wasn't even
Well,
allowed
you
to
couldn't
go
leave
out.
your
Can't
house.
leave.
Yeah,
You
I
have a
know,
Hitler.
but that made me even angrier.
Hail Hitler.
So
Yes, our Lord and Savior.
So like
No.
we,
Bring her a fire of evil.
so we went in
No.
the group chat,
Fire.
and then like he started talking. I'm like, oh my god, good. Colin's like pretty fucking dank, and
Pretty fucking
Doink.
he's
I
pretty
know.
fucking
Dank.
dank.
He's dying.
Sean,
White.
Sean
I'm
on
white.
so like
Love that
Privilege.
first, first fucking sight.
see that was
I thought you were
almost
gonna say-
because
I
like
thought you were gonna say love it first.
because
suck.
like
I was
because when
what?
Ah.
because like when when Colin said that
First time I ever.
his
sucked his dick.
little brother is gonna be in the
He's
group chat, I'm like,
$6.
aw, all right, gonna have a little
Gotta
5-year-old
get
kid in
baby.
here.
Oh, it's gonna be like a
Oh,
like,
yeah,
like a
you're
pure
right.
child, and then the first thing
First thing he
says,
says,
know.
"Suck, faggots."
Nigger cunt.
I was gonna be like, I'm like, oh my god, I'm
Oh
gonna,
yeah. The first word that shows in the chat was "sup faggots."
I was-
oh my god.
Yeah.
He always
like
calls
honestly, like before Sean
Well,
came,
faggots
I was
my
like,
favorite word.
oh my
Right behind.
god,
Nope, not gonna say
this is Colin's little brother. I'm gonna treat him like my own baby, and
it. Baby.
I'm
and
gonna
then he
treat him
came
like
in
my
saying-
boyfriend. That's what I said to
Don't
myself.
touch me.
He came
Treat him
in
like my
saying,
dick.
"Sup,
Oh, little
faggots."
boys. Little boys, yeah, I think that's gonna be my new boyfriend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah,
Little-
that is
little-
boys.
little blonde boy.
You're disgusting.
I love
the
little
priest invited me
boys.
to his house.
Okay.
Oh my God,
The priest.
All right,
but
Luke,
Sean,
next
the
question.
Catholic
Sean, I
Church.
don't know. I don't really know a lot about you, but like you're. Like,
I was beat.
Yeah, what?
I'm sorry.
But like Dylan already has you, so I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's mine. So you can go
Deontay
piss
just looks
right
at her.
off.
What the fuck you mean?
Okay, so Luke, honestly, day one I've been intimidated by you.
Good.
Yeah.
Extremely
Look at him.
intimidated.
Luke's
Like,
an asshole.
like you look like
Hey,
a
man.
Yeah, fuck you, Luke.
like it's
Wait
not.
till see the-
Love you.
No,
No.
I can't.
So,
Alright, Mel,
Look
so
at the
continue.
top of his head.
Look at your hairline.
Look at yours.
Look at your lips.
Look at yours.
Look at that nose.
Look at your tits.
Top
Your
10
eyes look
greatest
like you're
people of all
Asian.
time.
Look at
Number
your fucking
10,
hands,
Adolf
bro.
Hitler.
Six, we're getting
Adolf
louder
Hitler
than
was
that.
the best
Then
man.
you guys told me you guys
I'm
could.
sorry.
yeah.
Ear rape.
Rosa Parks.
All right,
So,
Mel,
she
Mel,
got yeeted
guys,
to the
guys,
back of
guys.
the
All right,
bus.
Mel. So continue with
Yeah.
Luke.
So Luke, day one,
Yeah.
you were really scary. You look like a very violent person.
I am.
I didn't want to get on your bad side, but I wanted to get on your bad side anyway.
Oh, she wanted to be hit because it's her kink.
Yeah, I'm just shut the fuck up, Sean.
I mean, you said it. It's your fault.
It is.
And feet.
But,
You want to
yeah.
kick
Stop.
you. You want to
God.
do kick you
This episode's gonna be
let's
called.
not bring this
in
up
the mouth.
again.
We'll find.
This is a secret that'll go down in the squad.
Dead baby foot
All right,
fetish.
I'm not bringing it up again.
We actually let's just stick to let's continue with this because we're at 1 hour 45 minutes.
All right, okay.
Dead baby foot fetish.
Luke, you're really scary. Then you start talking. You're a pretty cool kid.
Altoids, man.
I kind of feel
Everyone's
like
taking my Altoids. I'm sorry, Mel, but
Fucking out.
everyone's taking my Altoids. What the fuck?
You never
Sean.
even eat them.
No,
Yes,
you
the fuck I
I
do.
like Altoids.
Is that the same pack you've had for like 2 months?
What the fuck?
Oh, that's
No.
fucking
Why?
gross.
No, it is not.
yeah. So
Alright,
yeah.
It
Jesus
tastes like
fuck.
chalk.
All right,
Yeah, I don't know why, but like I still feel like you hate me a bit.
I don't hate you.
You don't?
No.
He's not
Doesn't hate
capable
anyone.
of
We
hating.
can
Luke's
get into
beard.
that afterwards of who we clash
Let's
with
keep-
the
let's
most.
keep-
Big care
Let's
But,
keep
um,
going.
let's
Let's
keep
keep
going.
going.
Let's
Let's
keep
keep
going.
going.
Shut the fuck up, you stupid cunt!
Let's
The
ruin our
problem is, I
wrist
think
chip.
the one person everyone's gonna say they clash with the most is just gonna be you, Kenzie.
With me?
Yeah.
Well, okay, then
Eh.
we'll save that for after.
Kenzie.
I'll fight all
So-
of you. I'll fight
okay,
all you
so,
right
uh,
now. Let's
Mel,
go.
get
Okay,
what's
so-
up.
Fuck you up.
Hey, let's
I know,
continue.
man.
Let's just
Yeah.
finish
One at a
Let's
time.
just finish going
With my
around.
14-inch cock when I hug you, sweetheart.
Deontay, you're the loudest out of all of us. You talk the most. Shut up.
Bet.
So
Wanna
anyway, Mackenzie.
All right,
Oh
back
my
the fuck
God.
up. My name is
Mackenzie.
Kenzie.
I'm coming.
You
to
should-
Mackenzie.
You can call me
You just
Kenzie.
yourself.
Hey,
I'm a
Mackenzie.
MacBook.
Mackenzie.
Can I
There's
get
no
the
A
new
in my name.
You guys have the new Mackenzie. Can I
The
get, can I get,
MacBook?
can I get a
No,
meal?
wait. Hey, Luke.
Can
you
I
want
get
a
a
meal?
Mick
Mac
Kenzie?
Kenzie.
Johnny just pointed to the
So,
MacBook. Johnny
when
just
I-
pointed to the
Kenzie is a
MacBook. That's
meal.
what he
I'm
just
gonna
said.
kill myself. Melody, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm
So
over,
like
I'm
when
over.
when I
Let's go.
first came to the English class, first I saw Kenzie.
She told me this multiple times, and I
Yeah,
like this. I think it's funny.
See, I sat right next to Stephanie Patello because I thought Kenzie was like a little bitch.
That sucks.
I thought Kenzie was gonna be like a bitch to me, and then like I noticed that Stephanie Patello is not kind of the person I should be sitting next to.
Sorry,
Not that no, it's not that I don't like her. No, it's just
wake
like,
up in the morning,
it's
sharpie
just
my
like not-
eyebrows on.
it's not my kind of
Oh my god.
Oh my
God.
Oh my god. Oh my
Wait,
god.
wait.
Let's go to the mall and get some
Wait.
fucking.
We should
One,
paint our nails.
Let's
one,
paint our
two,
nails.
I'm gonna paint my
three.
tangerine.
Oh my
God.
Rebecca, you're a fucking bitch. How dare you say my nail polish is not gray? It's skylight blue.
Okay.
yeah. So Stephanie just wasn't the personality I should be sitting next to.
Couch.
So
The
then
moment she
I started
said my
talking to
toenails
Kenzie,
looked
and
fucking
like
shit, I wanted to
she
pound
had
her
a bit of
face in
like
my-
she had a bit of sass
That
to
was your
her,
first
like a little bit of sass to her, and I'm like, oh okay.
Okay.
She hasn't said anything thoughty yet. So.
Thoughty?
Okay, Mel. Go out,
I'm not a
Deontay.
fucking idiot.
Wait,
Yeah, on
wait. Was the term thought
Thermometer.
in
That-
during
That
freshman
hoe
year?
over there.
Yes,
That
it
hoe
was.
over there.
That hoe over
Thought
there.
was used in freshman year. I thought that was
I
more
think
of like
it
a sophomore.
No, it
junior.
was.
Nope.
It was.
No, it's that hoe over there.
It was. Yeah.
I know what it means. I'm
Oh
saying,
no,
but
my
like,
God, Deontay.
I don't remember people
Wait.
saying.
JJ's a
thought freshman
thought.
year.
Deontay gave me a full year of heartbreak.
Oh.
You were just a fucking dick. You just could not take a hint. You just could not take a hint.
Dude,
you know-
I remember because
Um,
the best part was Deontay was dating some other girl, and it made no fucking sense why he was dating her. I don't even remember. Why were you dating her?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I can tell that next episode.
No, you're gonna say it right now. Just sum
I-
it up.
right
No,
now.
sum it up,
Now,
cunt.
now. Motorboat.
It was like this weird circumstance.
Was it like part of the Make-A-Wish Foundation?
No. Okay, no.
On the street.
Wow.
We need to date this little girl. She's 9.
I honestly don't know. At that point, I was still not
Figuring
very,
himself out.
Would you ever date a 9-year-old?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Not talking to you, but talking to Kenzie.
They should change the legal age from 18 to 9.
Anyways,
that in half.
anyways. So
Yeah, fuck it,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, but Deontay.
Alright.
So like, fucking God. Who convinced you to break up with her?
Me, I
no.
fucking did.
No.
Wait.
I fucking did.
Wait,
I told
wait.
her, I'm like, Deontay, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm
It
like,
wa-
you got
it
this
wasn't-
girl,
it
Melody.
wasn't
Oh yeah.
you.
Wait, no. We
No,
were
yes,
all.
it
We
was.
were. I
No,
remember
it
the day.
wasn't.
I remember the day. We were all in that other
Upstairs,
room
on the
upstairs.
couch.
We were
was
all
Chris.
upstairs in my other bedroom that was super fucking small, the
It
size
was
of my
Chris
fucking bed,
Kirby.
and we were all in there. No,
It wasn't-
Deontay, shut the
it
fuck up.
wasn't-
Deontay, shut the fuck
Shut
up. This is what happened. We were all in my bed, except for Deontay. Deontay was in the hallway, and Deontay was like kind of like
He was
crying and
naked,
shit.
naked.
And then like we had Mel. We asked
What?
Mel, "Hey Mel, do you like Deontay?" She goes, "Yes." We asked Deontay, "Deontay, do you like Mel?" He goes, "Yes."
That is not what happened at
No.
all.
No,
that's
remember,
what I- that-
I remember
No.
calling. I remember what he's talking about because we were upstairs. We were like literally.
That's
getting
not
everything
how. That's not
together.
the order of how it happened.
Unless
It was a long
like, just
process.
me
It took.
and you and,
It
like,
took a
somebody
good
else that
3
was
hours.
here,
It was
but I
like-
know that
it
I
was
was
a
the
longest
caller that
conversation we had.
You probably weren't. You guys probably weren't even there.
No,
but I
because
know
No,
that
this
Luke
is what
was
I
there.
remember. This is what I remember happening because I was walking. It was the end of school. I was walking my normal path about to go to my bus. I was still in the school, and I see Mel. She's on her phone. I remember I was walking with Mel, and I was like, Mel, you like Deontay, right? And she's like, well, yeah. And I'm like, you do realize that he's still with that chick? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, give me your phone. Mel hands me her phone. And then I text Deontay on Mel's Snapchat, basically like, "Hey Deontay, I really like you. Will you go out with me?" So some shit along those lines. I didn't tell her that. I gave her the phone back. She looks at it, gets mad. I'm halfway down the hall. She doesn't chase after me. She never deleted it. And then what? Because when you got the message, what'd you do?
I'm like, oh,
Shit.
oh.
Well, I guess
Well,
it's-
I'm gonna
shit,
get
oh,
my
shit.
dick
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. So then how did you and Brittany break? Like, what was the process of you breaking up with her?
I walked up to her.
And you just said like,
Acts like a dick and she
I-
broke up with you.
why you gotta bite my dick though? We're done.
Common misconception, but
Bruce my dick.
no, I explained. I explained everything, and she's like, okay.
Oh.
She didn't even say anything. That's all she said. She's like, okay.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh,
so she
You
probably
broke her
didn't
heart
care.
so
Yeah,
much.
she probably
you
didn't care
can't
that
say
much. Honestly,
okay.
you're probably better. Obviously, you're better.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
God.
that was like basically what I was like
I
gonna
don't
say.
know.
So you kind of got lucky because what if she was like, "What do you mean we're over?"
So
And then
basically,
like
so
crying.
What do you think it would be like if you were still with her?
I'd
Oh,
probably-
I'll tell you.
terrible.
I'll tell you.
I could not tell
Deontay
you.
would have a lot of scar tissue in a place he doesn't want scar tissue.
Lots of
Hey.
blisters.
Wait, where? Oh.
Yeah, I would have like did it somebody else, which I'm pretty sure
Could
we
you
all
get a
know
blister
who.
on your dick?
Who?
What?
That was Josh Moore.
Josh Moore.
What?
Right?
Okay, I would.
What the fuck's going on?
Josh Moore, if you're hearing this, fuck me.
Bro, his dick's
Chill.
way too big. It's way over.
Chill.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
And
kidding.
Jesus'
Chill.
version.
I'm not sure I should be saying this
he?
over on the microphone.
Okay.
Wait, alright, then just
No, say it.
no. Yeah, fucking
Well, now
say
you
it.
have to say it.
Now you have to.
say
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it's your fault.
Initials. Wait, oh no, Jaden! Oh, you fucking whore!
Oh,
no,
I remember
no,
that.
No, no,
I
no,
love-
I'm bringing
absolutely
it out there.
fucking not.
I had the
No,
biggest.
no, no.
Oh, Deontay,
No.
I'm
I
sorry.
hope.
Do you really? Do you want to be cheated
I
on?
hope. Yes, I
I'm
hope
sorry.
you
He
realize
cheated on his
something.
girl. I'm sorry, Jaden. I'm
cheated on
exposing the
all
fuck out
of
of you.
them.
All
No,
of
I
them.
can't even expose him because everyone practically knows about it. Jaden literally has cheated on every single girlfriend he's ever had.
Jake
Jackson.
I don't know who Jaden is.
Not only that, but didn't he?
Wait,
I don't
long
know if
hair?
I don't
Long
wanna say
hair?
it.
Long
Yes.
hair, beard, fucking weird as shit.
Oh.
Yeah,
Not
see, and I'm not
weird.
even worried about
He's fucking weird,
like saying
Mel.
names because we're uncensored. We're uncensored. If we're gonna share the tea, then we're gonna share the tea. So we are no thank you.
Yeah.
Plead
So
the
so
fifth.
I mean, either way, it's like I feel like
No comment.
not for us to take credit of your beautiful success here, but you kind of owe all of us the happiness that you have with her. All
Yes.
of us.
You owe us
You
a
owe us
thank
your
you.
fucking
Yeah,
life.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
right.
So,
Cut
like,
your fingers off and give them to us. I
Yeah.
want your thumb. Your left fucking
Can I have
thumb.
a foreskin?
I want your left
I
nut.
don't have foreskin,
No,
bro.
I want the foreskin.
I honestly don't have
Can I get the
foreskin.
left nut?
Wait, what happens to all the
I don't
baby
have
foreskin?
I want to
hey,
suck your left
hey,
nut. I'm
hey,
gonna fry
go-
it.
what
it-
happens to all the baby foreskin
It
that
goes
gets
into
cut off?
lotion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
By the way,
It turns into
I read something about that.
yeah, I still do talk to Jaden. Like we talk about normal stuff. Like,
Mel, I can't hear you.
yeah, no, I'm not saying this.
Okay.
Deontay, you should fight him.
No.
He's a threat.
Just talk to Simon.
I'm more of a pacifist of
No, we
anything,
just talk about normal
bro.
stuff now. Like
I've never.
honestly, like
Go on,
honestly,
Deontay,
Jaden,
I'll
like
cover it.
honestly, Jaden is a cool kid.
I thought you were about to say cunt.
Coolest
You were
monkey
coming with
in
the.
the jungle.
He is. He's
Coolest
really
monkey
cool.
in the
I'm the
jungle.
coolest cat in the jungle. Get it? Because I'm not a
So,
monkey.
I
I'm
I don't
wild.
know, like all you guys do is
Steve.
see bad in people.
You know what we
Follow
should call
the
this
Shitty
episode?
people.
True Colors.
True colors.
Because at the beginning, everybody was giving their input about like gun control and like dead babies.
Don't tell him the title. It's
Gun
gonna be
control
a
and
surprise.
dead babies.
What?
And so we
Oh,
could.
hey, it's gonna be a surprise, dude. How long
It's
are
at
we
the
in the
end.
podcast?
1 hour and 53 minutes.
Okay,
Alright,
yeah, they're gonna skip to the 1 hour 53-minute mark, and we're gonna spoil the title
Who's
for them.
gonna-
Even though
who's
they're already
that?
gonna, I saw that.
Top
Hey,
10
hey,
babies
hey! When
gunned
you listen
down
to a
outside of
podcast, what do
Walmart.
you see first? The fucking title.
You want
Ten.
to call
Or,
it True
Little
Colors?
or
Johnson.
unless they listen
Johnson
to a
was gunned
fucking
down
bastard.
outside of
My
Walmart.
fucking
Walmart.
fat
Yeah,
ass
we'll
little
figure
sister
it
just
out.
texted me. She asked me if she can have my cheese sandwich. Yes, Sayo. You can have my fucking cheese sandwich, you fat
All right,
bitch.
so are we all done? Are we all set?
Come on,
I
why-
didn't-
why-
So
why-
I would
Yes.
Can we? Yeah, we'll
Okay.
just bring it to 2 hours.
Exactly
Might as
2
well.
hours.
All right, yeah, yeet.
So
That would be in
Uh,
7
I say
minutes.
yeet
Oh, we
to
should also
us.
mention our sponsor again, like at
yeah,
the
like
end.
just
Okay, I'll do
the
that.
name of somebody who do we clash
Ooh.
with most in our group, including David, if David is your choice.
Oh,
I-
did anyone talk
listen.
about David in their fucking thing?
Yeah, for the most part,
No.
I did.
Okay.
I, did
I
not.
didn't even
You
get to
talk about
say.
David.
I didn't
Okay,
even get to say
David,
anything
I love
yet.
David. That's it.
Oh yeah, Colin didn't even go.
I didn't go either.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay, we need to finish
Mine's
that.
pretty simple.
Can I- can I just go?
Make it
Let
quick.
me just go.
Finish me.
Oh,
I
Oh, right,
finished fast. I finished fast.
Deontay.
let me just.
You almost.
No, Mel, you finished, Deontay. Fuck that.
Yeah. So.
Fuck you.
Yeah,
Oh.
you
I already
finished. Hey,
finished.
you and her have finished multiple times
Oh,
together.
fuck you.
All right, Sean.
How is?
so,
No, what about me?
Yeah, Sean's gonna. Sean just. I feel like Sean's gonna be like Dylan, very short and sweet. So Sean, make it short and sweet.
Go, Sean.
I was 12 and I liked everyone.
Okay.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank
Aw.
you.
Okay, my turn.
Aw,
Okay, so
Sean.
basically, at first I met Deontay in art class. He made weird random noises during class, and he also dated this.
He still
this-
fucking does.
yeah, I know. Yeah, that's not.
Totally.
I've
Yeah.
never made
So
a
I
weird noise
thought-
in my life. The fuck you mean?
So I'm like, okay.
Oh, so
It's
I'm
just-
like, okay,
Off, but so is. Is that not a noise?
That's not a noise.
it.
What is
Do
it?
it.
It's intelligent speech.
It's a mating
No,
call.
fuck it.
Okay,
Alright,
so
so
hold on.
guys,
Let me
don't
finish.
do that all
Let
the
me
time.
finish.
It's your
I was just
turn.
only like,
There you go.
hey, let me finish. Okay.
One person
So-
talk at a time.
I met Deontay in art class, and Deontay was making weird noises in class, and I'm like, hey, Deontay, let's play Xbox. So we played Xbox. The whole thing happened. Okay, next. I met Dylan in Spanish class with Miss Flanagan, and she left because Mel
PTSD.
popped a balloon. And
Triggered.
Shut the fuck up, Colin. I
'cause-
didn't
Oh
do
my
it.
God.
Because Miss
Yeah,
Flanagan's
yeah, yeah.
brother
See, we're in.
called her
they,
in
they
the
were in
room,
a class.
and she killed herself with the gun. She's like, hey, whatever her first name is, come in here. And then he blows his brains out, and then so that she's like
So subtle.
traumatized. And then Mel goes in the class and pops a balloon. She
freaks,
runs
don't
out
walk out.
screaming,
Shut the face.
and she never comes back.
You're amazing. I want to be just like you. I
She
wanna
never comes
pop-
back,
pop-
leaving Dylan and I to be stranded
Freaking
forever
out.
in Spanish
With
with
Mr.
with,
Nalabo.
with
Wanna
Mr.
hear the,
Nalabo, and
retired-
let and it was pretty good. But Dylan and I came up with a little noise meme that started.
Little
in-
noise.
Rip
That's
Lil-
my Snapchat.
Yeah, and
Snapchat name.
Lil
Rip Lil
Noise is
Oh, we
the
also
it's a little
handle-
mouse we feed my lizard. Okay, and then I've met
There's multiple.
I think then I met Luke, Kenzie, Deontay. No, not Deontay. I met
First.
Luke, David. Oh, David wasn't in English.
No, David wasn't in our English.
I
I
met-
think he was the only one that was.
I met Luke and Kenzie and Mel at the same time in English class. And I knew Sean, obviously. he's my
Sean was
brother.
last.
Sean was last.
Yeah.
So basically,
What?
I met them, like, I was with Dylan. This is how I see it. Like, I was across the room with Dylan. Dylan's like, hey, let's sit over there with them. So I'm like, okay. 'Cause, like, I didn't have any friends except for, like, Dylan at that point.
Yeah, Tyler did.
And Tyler, yeah.
Fuck him.
Till he
Oof.
fucked you.
Oh, I'll tell that story on a different
will-
podcast.
Okay, so, like,
Don't
we
lie.
sit over there, then we I asked to join, like, us. We get the panorama shit. We get our phones
I
with the-
remember
with the
that, yeah, yeah.
panorama
Oh my
feature,
God.
and you
Pictures.
move it
Wait,
across.
wait, do I
You
have
move it
them? Oh,
across,
tell me
and
about
like
it.
you guys are just shaking the camera, And then like we're also moving around, shaking our heads, and it came out with the best pictures ever.
Mhm.
Except I'm not in any of them because I'm extremely camera shy.
Yeah.
I'm
Still
not.
are.
I'm not
Still
really.
are.
No, I don't care.
I was
You know, I don't-
still
I don't give too much of a
super
fuck anymore.
awkward. Like I still am awkward. But then I'm like, hey, you guys like have a Snapchat like group chat, and I never like I'm like, hey, can I join the group chat? So we all join. It's
Yep.
like all emojis and shit. And then
Aw, he pulled
I
him
met
up.
David.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
I don't know how I met David. What it's on the tip of my tongue. I don't know. But yeah, and then yeah, that's it.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Sean, your turn. Go.
It's fucking disgusting.
Congratulations, Sean already
Your turn,
went.
Go.
Sean already went. Unless you want to go more in depth. How much time do we have?
3
We
minutes.
have-
Yeah,
well, we're at 1 hour 57 minutes.
All
All
right,
right,
go,
so
Sean.
shit. Fuck. It's sponsored.
You didn't go around the table.
No,
Sean
he did. He
did.
said he was 12.
So
he
I
liked
met Colin
everyone.
when I was born, because
He was there. He was
yes,
at the
he was
hospital.
there. And Dylan, I have my hand. Yeah, I'm done.
What's
I've
cracking, B?
already explained it. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
All we really need is one person to explain.
All right. So does
I don't know
anybody
why I
have any final
Oh yes.
thoughts?
I would just like to say that remind everybody that we are not censoring ourselves. So if we say names, get over it.
And if we
sorry.
say your name, it's either because of two reasons: we like you or you're
Or
a
hate you.
cunt. So
Yeah.
Or
So
you're on that pussy shit, bro.
Yeah, Brucey
yeah.
shit.
So we're not
Hey.
censored. So I mean,
I can already tell that this is gonna cause
Get
so many
over it.
problems.
it's
You
all
know
right.
the book?
If it causes problems,
I'll
oh
talk
well.
about this. So like if anybody goes to our high school, and this is what I'm worried about. I've already been like asked about the podcast a few times, but only mostly from people I've actually I
Talked to?
actually like and talk to. Yeah.
Cause like, well,
But
mostly.
like I can already tell that if people actually were to watch the podcast this far through, because we didn't really shit talk anybody that hard, and when
No, we
and
didn't.
when we did,
and
it
that's
was
not the goal here. It's
no,
just
yeah,
that
but
if it
I'm
happens,
saying
then
like
oh
when
well.
we did it was like an hour and 20 minutes in, so it's not like so many people saw it. But if a lot of people didn't end up seeing
We
it,
should talk to the most.
it shouldn't really matter.
No, I'm just saying that like, because what are the odds of people that we don't talk to might actually watch it?
Well,
But
just
if you
because, well,
do-
I think they might just because they don't like you or like us. I don't know why I said
Exactly.
you
But like,
specifically.
see, what's kind of funny? Like, if you don't like us, I mean, you're
It's
still
no
giving
picture.
us views, so
Yeah.
you know.
It's all about the views.
Anywho, it's all about the views.
No,
and
it's
the
not.
subscribers.
Anywho, anybody else have any final thoughts?
We don't do this because we like it. We do this because
Any
money.
final thoughts?
You got anything to say, Deontay?
Oh yeah, go on
Beat
Tim.
my me after this.
Okay, Mel,
awesome.
what about you?
I'm going to beat his meat after this.
Okay, Dylan.
Dylan, anything to say?
Sean, can you beat my meat after this?
Okay, Colin.
I'm gonna come on a pizza. I'm gonna come on a pizza.
All right, that's his favorite topping. Colin's nut. Remember that?
Yep, Colin's
Sean,
not.
what about you?
I
Final
will
thoughts?
be your meat after this. Thank you. I love you.
Luke,
too.
any final thoughts?
I've
Are you gonna
already
watch them
done
beat
it.
their
I'm
meat?
sorry.
Wait, Dylan, will
Uh,
you go to prom with me?
I don't have
Absolutely.
any
You
final
fucking
thoughts.
whore.
All right.
All right. So before we go,
Kenzie, will you beat my meat?
Yes.
All right,
Wait.
let me just mention.
My 14-inch cock.
Let me just mention again our sponsor, Blueberry. You can use code DAUQS for 1 month free. It's squad backwards. You can produce your own podcast, write your own blog, publish it yourself. You have unlimited downloads, no contracts, free tech support if you have any issues. WordPress plus PowerPress plus Blueberry hosting equals success. There's no third-party sites. You can, you never have to leave your own website. You remain in control. Remember to follow us on Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and Twitter. And all the success we've had with this is because of Blueberry.
Yes,
So-
and it's
Yeah.
spelled
You should-
BLUBRRY, and use the code DAUQS DAUQS for a
backwards.
1 month free.
Squad back.
You should use that. It's helpful. If you guys
If you
Do
don't
it.
know how to spell
Please.
Do what
squads,
you
you
want.
shouldn't be
No
here.
balls.
All right, I think that's pretty much it, right? We're all gonna,
Squads.
we're all gonna, we're
All
all
right,
gonna,
y'all.
we're all gonna say bye now.
It's been great.
Ready?
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Dylan, fuck you.
Bye.
All right, ready? Three,
Yourself,
three.
goose.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.